Behold the wizard. Beware his powers. Unspeakable powers. Here's the wizard. The mystical wizard.
Greetings, travelers, Wiz Kids, and Wordplayers. And it is another Wednesday, which means it is another Wow Wednesday, episode 9. We are almost at 10 whole episodes of my very own show. It is crazy. Let's say hello to everyone. We have Preston, of course. Here we have Ruby King, recent friend. We got Grumpy, an old friend, coming over to the best
Grumpy,
show on
Ruby,
Wednesday.
Preston.
And of course, Katie did.
What up, Katie?
Who is excited to see only Snowman, but that's okay. We all like Snowman.
I can't believe it. Jesus. Jesus, Katie. No accounting for taste.
As Katie has pointed out, I am joined by Samurai Snowman, who has a picture this time.
Hello.
Thank God.
And Hollywood Cynic, the originator of the name, often imitated, never duplicated. How are you doing?
Hola, como está? Muy bien.
The boys are back.
Yeah. That's it.
Jesker might be popping in. I do not know. Radio silent, that Jesker James. But
hopefully he went to go see Wicked. Otherwise, you're not a real
did
man.
he not go yet?
Yeah, he was supposed to go Sunday. And
I saw 4 times today.
His niece or his sister or whatever, some family member, I don't know. They're women. They were sick, so they had to cancel.
Ruby, you had mentioned about me drawing. So here, let me show you a recent picture that I did. This was the Thor picture.
Nice.
I showed this off last week when it was just in the inking stage. I had tweeted this out that I was still I'm switching over to digital. You know, those videos that played at the beginning of the show are old. Switching over to digital drawing and getting kind of used to that. And so, of course, had to draw Thor. You know, my favorite.
That's pretty good, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
Why is he holding a shovel?
Not holding a shovel.
Yeah, that's one of those military shovels.
Yeah, of course. He's holding a military shovel.
Yeah, it should see the handle, and then right out of frame it's like one of those short.
Is the rest of the shovel.
It's the rest of the handle. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the rest of the shovel. Is that not what he's doing?
Is that not what he? No, he is not. Thor is awesome, says Ruby King. Thank you. Remember to subscribe. Anyone who is here brand new. Get me back to 69 subscribers and up to 70.
And because I'm here, like the stream. Otherwise, I will never come back because all of y'all are ungrateful. Everything I do for y'all, and you won't like the stream. Sorry.
And it's very easy for Cynic to not come. It's very easy for Cynic to not to come back. He's already got one foot out the door most of the time.
My foot's in the
you chill
door
with Dave all the time anyway.
I can't. People love me. People want me on their streams. Okay, I'm handsome.
I mean, well, we've seen you. Okay, I mean, I don't know if they've.
Yeah. And you had to go get a mop, wizard.
No, that was me, mum.
It was me, mum.
Gross exaggeration. Anyway, so that that is the Thor one I did. I'm gonna hope to get drawing again.
It's I will say this, since Ruby's in the chat, Wiz, the biceps are in the correct position. You hear that, Ruby? You see those biceps? That's where those biceps belong, Ruby. Take notes.
Music Master in the chat, who we of course.
Ruby, do you draw too, brother?
Yeah.
I didn't see that shit.
Still, something about this Music Master makes me want to call him a Mark, but I don't have that clip, so I can just say,
Get a life, kid.
All right.
No, hello, Music Master. And I won't say who you are, but
I mean, who cares about PlayStation 5 Pro sales? Honestly, it's
we
not
do
that great of an
have
upgrade. So
We do have some PlayStation news. 3, in fact. Well, Sony news in general, but one just came across my desk just as the intro was playing. So
oh yeah, you've got one of those news desks. I forgot you installed that.
yeah, it's like randomly papers just
Keep
hit
flying
onto
out.
it.
Yeah, I've seen them. I was gonna get one off Amazon, but
Yeah,
a
it's
little
really
too
cool. It's
pricey.
just, you know,
You get a lot of reports on
It's-
there, I bet.
it's better than having like the beeper, just coming
Yeah.
in. It's like, yeah, that's cool. It's a little old school though. I just like I like going even older school back to like the 40s and
Yeah,
pretending I'm
this
Perry
guy.
I'm Perry White, and I just like, someone just
This
slides
fucking guy.
the recent news onto my
But we're
desk.
the old guys.
You are the old guys. Mathematically, you're the old guys.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess so. That was
Grumpy
rude.
says he likes that Thor. Thank you, Grumpy. Your art, Grumpy, also great. Music Master says, I saw what Cynic looks like. He looks like homeless Larry. That is true.
Identical. Damn, Music Master.
However,
I told you, you don't. It's
however-
cold outside. You don't have to stalk me. You can come inside. Okay?
However, I should specify, I don't know this homeless Larry name you speak of, nor will I talk about a person.
LG, dude.
Yeah, so we've got new rules around here. We don't attack small channels. And
Jay Sonic is here as well. Is Captain America 4 in danger of not being released? They're still doing reshoots. I heard there were rumors about them
What? Really?
still focus testing Captain America 4 and still changing stuff. I don't know if
bro.
I
It's
believe
getting
it.
shredded right now.
Like I think they focus tested it. I don't think they might be re-editing things. They might be taking stuff they cut out, putting it in. Who knows, right? But theoretically, that will be the greatest game or greatest movie that they've ever done because they're gonna really hammer it out.
don't worry, Ruby. We're gonna get your channel up there, buddy. I'm gonna keep coming on CG Church, and we're gonna grow your channel, man. Don't you worry, pal.
Grumpy asked, Wizard, have you ever read The Wizard and the Shield comics from the late 30s? I haven't read them, but I do know about the Wizard magazine or comic thing because as me and Snowman have talked about, there's a website called comicbookplus.com where you can go through public domain comics, and I've seen
there's a bunch of cool ass ones on there.
There's a Wizard one that has a pirate story in it too.
Comic book plus what? Like, what's the plus?
It's just there's also they have radio shows now on there, so that's the plus.
That's the plus.
I found that out. Like, they have the Superman ones; those have been more or less available, but they have just like random.
Look here, Tony. It's the Superman leaping over tall buildings.
Yeah, like
that's pretty good.
Stuff. Music Master asked, any news on Snow White? Are they scrapping the movie? Rachel Ziegler. They literally just released a trailer. Music Master. You ask a lot of questions. That feels familiar somehow. Anyway,
Jan Ong, bro.
Whoa.
That's not Jan Ong. That's Music Master.
It's Music Master.
Are you crazy, Snowman?
I miss that guy, Jan Ong.
Yeah, he was a good dude.
So
rip.
Besides my drawing,
I'm not a himbo. I swear.
Not a himbo. That Jan Ong. He's a fine otter specimen.
Disavow, by the way.
You're also just gonna take my disavow bit because it's funny, and that's the
damn. Speaking of art, my fucking character.
Wiz, disavow your disavow bit. So take that.
Yeah. Cynic can only have a funny joke when he takes it from someone else.
Yeah, because I'm canonically black.
All the greats.
Hollywood Cynic, not used by anyone else first.
Well,
hold on. Music Master says
infringed.
Otter's greater than Wizard. I mean, come on, that's just
whoa. We all know we've had this conversation, right, guys? Otters are monsters.
They're terrorists.
Otter play. That is terrible wordplay, sir, and I do not.
What? Y'all don't know about, dude? Otter's done 9/11.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, well, hold on. This is not BTM, sir. You can't just go.
We're discussing otters, though. We're not going to go into it. We're discussing the truth about it. The otters did it.
No, I don't want to hear about it.
About the otters.
I don't want to hear about it otter-wise.
You ought to quit talking to me like that, okay?
Swan greater
than right now.
The most majestic water flotation animals. J-Sonic asks, Ben Grimm versus Wonder Man versus Namor, who wins? I'm not all well versed into Wonder Man.
I say the thing at least Rex and Namor.
I think Wonder Man
Namor's
wins.
pretty. I don't know power scaling on Namor all that well, but
Ruby King does. Ruby King, pull your power scaling app out and actually us real quick.
But
yeah, mansplain.
Anyway, so Snowman, what'd you do this week?
Shit, just still in training at my new job, getting fucking paid bank.
Stilling and
Just dropped $70 on Buffalo Wild Wings, bro. I'm high rolling.
What?
Catch me outside,
What?
cracker.
Wow.
Okay, no slurs. That's the rule.
But I'm quiet.
I'm quiet. He's quiet, Wiz. He's quiet.
I'm quiet.
Grumpy says, and I know I'm stupid behind in fan art, but I'm catching up on your girl and will be featured in the Neko Obito on Beach Patrol. That is Grumpy's work he's been working on, along with possibly possibly against Samurai Snowman's girl.
Yeah.
Like, well, the person I gave, I don't know if we'd have to go over this, Snowman, whether or not the person I gave Grumpy could beat your Goblin Hood, correct? Is your profile picture, right?
Yep.
Currently right now.
If who could be her.
Well, it's not a character I've talked about publicly yet. It's not related to the pirate book at all. So,
is it in your superhero book?
It's in the superhero book, yeah.
She's not that strong. She's more of like a manipulator and a trickster.
Preston asks, okay, well, first of all, J-Sonic asked Thor versus Sentry versus Hyperion. Thor would win.
Sentry would win. Are you crazy?
No, Thor now? Thor is like...
Oh my god, here we go.
I would beat up everyone in here.
Sentry would win. Are you crazy?
No, Thor now is... Well, I'm also, again, with Wonder Man, not well versed in Sentry, but...
Sentry is the strongest character in comic books almost.
But Thor is currently All-Father, so he has
also
Odin's
like a
power.
crackhead or something.
And he also
you don't even
has
read
Zeus's power currently, so it's pretty strong. Anyway, Preston, Wizard versus Snowman versus Cynic, who would win in a fight? Yeah, that question is really Cynic versus Snowman, who would win in a fight. Because I would take one punch. I would take one punch and cry.
Yeah.
So
I would beat Wizard to death, and then me and Snowman would go out and eat $70 worth of Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yep, and then we go see Wicked right after it, during it.
Jesus, yes!
There it is.
Ruby says, I like Namor, but I'm not 100% sure where he scales. I'd assume city level at least. If you ever swapped hands with Hulk, then possibly planet level or more. I think he did fight Hulk very early on. I think I read that. Because I've been going back through comics
Sentry's
from the
planet level, by the way. Just want you to know that.
I'm pretty sure Thor is... I don't think he's multiversal level.
In the woke comics, the new woke comics don't count.
Okay, well Ruby, then let's just talk crazy. I mean,
after 2015, none of those comics count. Woke.
After, whatever.
Wait,
I can't use that. I can't use that clip on stream because you haven't agreed to it yet.
I told you, use it.
No, because it still doesn't fit right. But I will say that there is one clip. There is one clip we can use.
Thor's my hero.
Thor's a homo.
Is not.
Yeah, he is.
Is not.
Thor's a complete homo.
Take it back, Brad.
No.
Take back what you said about Thor.
Brad's bass, by the way. Brad.
Mega bass. That is a cool Thor poster, though.
Yeah, like that. Everything that girl has in that room is so cool. I looked up one of the helmets.
Do you have that helmet?
No, I looked up actually where to buy one. They have like a proper metal one or whatever. It's like $500. I'm like, I don't need it that badly.
I mean, maybe I can make you one for Christmas.
Anyway, Wiz panel thoughts on Sonic 3 movie. We have it on the docket. If we get to it, it's not a big deal. I guess we don't have to. We can talk about it here, I guess, really just the idea of like, I've watched the first one. I never watched the second one. Not really a big Sonic person. Never had a Nintendo or anything. Never played Sonic. I bought Sonic 06. Or I rented Sonic 06 once. Never got it to actually work. So I never got to play it. But Like I said, not a big Sonic guy, but I kind of follow the memes and all that. So I like that it's like Shadow's got his motorcycle and his gun, and he's just like yeah, it's, um, So what do you guys think about Sonic 3?
I saw
I'm a
the preview,
huge.
and it looks fantastic, man. It looks great.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't like how they always do the new enemies of Billy Badass at the very beginning, and whips everybody's A and all that stuff. That's what the trailer kind of did, but we'll see. It looks great, man.
yeah, we'll see. I imagine they'll do the classic, like the Batman v Superman / Godzilla of Kong, where they're gonna fight, and then there's gonna be a man-made robot that they got to take down, which will be Metal Sonic, and then they're gonna team up, and then they're gonna like that happened with Batman v Superman. There's a man-made Doomsday, and it happened in Godzilla versus Kong. It was the man-made Mecha Godzilla.
That Doomsday sucked ass, and I love that movie.
That Doomsday was terrible. That someone
Atrocious.
rewrote. Someone had a video where they rewrote that, where it's like that could have been Bizarro, and it would have saved that movie.
It would have been way cool.
Like it was like Lex's DNA mixed with Zod's, and it would have made Bizarro. It would have
Mm-hmm.
so much better.
Yeah, Doomsday can't
Aquaman
be rushed.
Aquaman or Namor, who wins? Well, there's actually a canon story that does that. Well, canon in quotes. I think it's canon to Marvel, but I'm pretty sure Aquaman beat Namor in that Marvel versus DC book.
I feel they're like equal to me.
Yeah, Namor I think got more power scaled as time's gone on, just because he was big back in the day, and then he kind of just fell off as far as like being popular, so they don't use him so much, and then they brought him back more. Trying to catch up live. Talking about Sentry.
There's some Aquaman arcs that I want to get. The Trench, I think it's called.
Yeah, like
I
the
want to
new
read
word.
that. I don't really know anything about it anymore. More like Game War.
No, not Metal Sonic. It'll be the Bio Lizard. I'm a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan, though. I would like to see Metal Sonic. It has to be the Bio Lizard. All right, that is, yes, Sonic stuff. Like I said, I'm not overly privy to. Music Master asks, who wins, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, or Big Boom AJ of the Costco guys? Depending on who's booking it. But if you're talking power level, Roman Reigns is pretty high. If you're talking, well,
Oh, I hate those fucking Big Boom clowns.
yeah. I guess one thing I can do is Cynic. How was your week? Well,
It's pretty good, brother. Have a new great nephew. That was awesome.
Nice.
So I got to go see that little shit be born. It was cool. Went and saw Wicked. Amazing movie. I thought it was great.
Yeah, we'll
I-
get to that here in a sec.
My expectations were a little low, and then now I'm listening to the soundtrack like a female, which is amazing. I might come out in another 4 or 5 years based off of this alone. Who knows? Wait and see. Watch Wow Wednesdays. And then other than that, it's Thanksgiving week, man. So it's just, I love holidays, especially this time of year. So it's good. Thanks, Grumpy.
Yeah. Yeah, so my week, I did some comic stuff. Like I said, work on the script. Still waiting on notes from one last person, but I've already kind of moved on to formatting the script. So hopefully the notes don't make me have to completely throw up everything. And Music Master, I put at the top of the chat, there is a Q&A thing. All you have to do is click on it, and I think you can type in whatever you want. And if we have time, if we need content, all the questions will be there. So don't worry about that. Anyway, so the comic will be, I've started moving into formatting it for a script and then kind of laying it out in my head, and I'll probably then make the actual panels, look at it, see if it looks right, maybe do some rough sketches. I hope to try to like really December be like working on the actual, like, okay, we're making progress on the actual thing. So once everything's kind of over and done with. So then yeah, so that'll be that. I downloaded some games to kind of, you know, fuck around with because I'd finished what game did I said that I played to God of War 1 or God of War 2018. So I downloaded Ultimate Alliance 2 as Snowman.
Banger.
Tried to get all the achievements in that. And so I'm like, well, I have to play the whole game on the hardest difficulty. The first couple of levels, like, man, the game is really hard. If you don't know hardest difficulty. Like the grunts just smoke you for that first level until you kind of like it's always that like tutorial hurdle where because you hit the game's not open up, you don't have all the gear and stuff. So I might just play back through it like normal, get those normal achievements and try to like familiarize myself before because I was literally just starting from the beginning, like, all right, let's just do it, you know. And it's just like, whoa, you know. But Music Master reveals that he's Jan Ong. Oh my god.
What?
Oh,
It couldn't be.
it's me, Austin.
Wait, no way. Oh, I would have never shared that link. Oh,
Freaking heck, man.
Oh god.
What do we do now?
Grumpy says, I'm still not sold on God of War 2018. Just doesn't feel right. Like, you mean like character-wise, gameplay-wise? Like, because if you're not like, if you're more of like a Greek Kratos fan, the Valhalla DLC for Ragnarok did a lot to kind of like tie everything back in. But anyway, yeah, so I downloaded Ultimate Alliance 1 because I'm like, well, got 2, might as well have 1. And then going into Assassin's Creed Black Flag, have that set aside because when I writing this pirate story, want to kind of be in that mindset, that Caribbean era, golden age of piracy mindset, and seeing the ocean and all that, really like putting it in my head so when I'm wanting to draw it, I can kind of pull it, from memory. So I have that going in. I played some more power. I finally went in to play Power Wash Simulator. I beat the Halloween level that it was like, by the time the game finally started working again, the Halloween was over. So it's like, all right. And then I finally started the Shrek DLC, which is that so far, that first level is like pretty big. Like you're in Farquaad's like kingdom, right? And it's pretty big. You can tell they even like halved it where they, I'm sure that, because there's like the end at the other end. I'm sure that in some version there that you had to do the whole thing, but then they're like, no, let's spread it out and let's do that. So I already like it better than the Warhammer one because I like doing the big open areas where the Warhammer DLC was just all vehicles and mechs, and it was very lame. Grumpy says game design wise, and I really don't like the Valhalla stuff. I was still going through AC Valhalla as well. Makes more sense than the Greek AC. So you're talking God of War. So you're saying like, I'm still going through AC Valhalla. Makes more sense than Greek AC. Okay, so we switched from God of War to Assassin's Creed, which I get. So I've said about I don't want to pivot into Assassin's Creed, but the Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay wise is very bloated and very crappy. Then story wise, Valhalla is very good because it tried so hard to reference all the other games, and it's basically like I was watching someone play it. They described it as you get your writing team that really, really wants to do good by the people that they're getting their hands on. Like, they're getting this franchise, they're getting this lore, and they're getting this opportunity. They really, really want to try to bridge everything together, make a solid entry in the franchise that everyone can enjoy. So that's kind of what Valhalla does, and I've talked about that. But speaking of games, in the writing crews that get handed keys to the kingdom and they want to make sure that they respect the fans and all the other games that have come before and since, it's time to talk about, once again, the game of the year as far as VR goes, Batman Arkham Shadow. because there was a
How
little
many
update.
hours do you have in that game so far?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's
If
your
we're
favorite part?
talking,
Yeah, what's your favorite
Uh,
part?
okay, well,
How are the controls?
Yeah, how does it feel when you play it?
Yeah, like when
Never
you're
said
playing
I-
it, do you feel like you're in the flow of the game? It's a little clunky.
I've
What's
never said that I played it.
Oh,
I just said that
Oh,
there was a new update
Huh.
that they
I'm
did to the
baffled.
game that added some story stuff into it. That
Sounds
seemed
like
to have seemed to have
zero
been
talk to me.
seemed to have been stuff that was cut for time.
Sounds like some hibbity jibbity, if you will.
So
Oh, is it actually full
anyway,
hibbity or full jibbity?
I think you
Um,
equal both parts.
I missed
Wow.
I missed Jesker.
We are the captain
Any-
now.
Anyway, they added voice lines that they had recorded but didn't have in the launch, so they added them later. And one of them is a voicemail, and this voicemail you get is from Andrea Beaumont, and she mentions that she's vacationing and she saw this painting of the Angel of Death, and that just the way that the woman stared at her, like she really enjoyed the painting, and she just calls Bruce and tells him this, and it's like, oh, stay safe or whatever. So it's like, and I talked about this in our talk on Arkham Shadow, that they could set up the phantasm for a thing. And so this was, so the other thing was that she mentions about, like, I'd send you more postcards, but I'm pretty sure only Alfred reads them. And that was a reference to Arkham Origins. You find 2 or 3 postcards from Andrea Beaumont on like the ground in the Batcave.
Yeah.
So that was like, oh, that's Andrea from Phantasm. And otherwise she has no references in the entire franchise besides just those postcards on the ground. So then they brought that back over, referenced the postcards being in Origins, referenced Angel of Death, which as fans of Mask of the Phantasm know, that's what Phantasm says before they kill the monsters, right? Your Angel of Death awaits, you know.
Yeah.
So there was that. And then maybe we get Phantasm in an Arkham Shadow sequel. They've talked about there's going to be no story DLC, but they do want to do more in the Arkham verse. And but anyway, so I just, that was added. I'm like, oh, that's cool that they added that in, and that it's still, like I said, the referencing Mask of the Phantasm. And you got Mask of the Phantasm. I'd still put as the best theatrical Batman movie that includes every live action movie. Don't at me. But speaking of live action movies, let's get into Cynic's favorite topic. Wicked is about to fly onto an elite
I hate this
domestic
movie.
box office.
Why aren't we talking
Oh,
about
I hate-
this?
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
it.
because-
We don't have to.
See, it doesn't work
have
when
to.
just a little bit ago you talked about how much you like. You see, if you would have saved that, but you just had to be gay and talk about how much you loved it.
Yeah, you listen to the soundtrack all day.
Stepped on your own bit.
Hey, y'all listen to Defying Gravity and tell me it doesn't move you, okay?
Well, I mean, like it should. It's defying gravity. It should at least lift you in some way.
Bang.
Got me. Pow. Headshot.
Get melted.
Anyway,
This.
after only 1 weekend in theaters, Wicked is already one of the biggest hits of the year, hauling in a massive $112 million at the domestic box office, to pair with $50 million internationally for a worldwide total of $162 million. Its opening weekend haul has left the film just outside the top 15 highest-grossing movies of the year, currently less than 1 million behind Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
Damn.
When the next batch of box office numbers come in Monday, November 25th, they will certainly show that Wicked has moved past Ghostbusters to become one of the top 15 highest gross movies of all time in domestic box office.
Yeah, everybody needs to go see it so it bumps up in numbers.
Wicked's $112 million domestic opening weekend has the subject of multiple broken records, and the musical entered plenty of all-time box office lists. The film also opened to a whopping $46 million on Friday, November 22nd, the highest grossing opening day for a movie based on a musical.
Yeah.
That
It's
same
fucking awesome.
That same $46 million also landed Wicked in the number 5 spot for highest grossing days for musical movies, not movies based on musicals, sitting behind all 3 days of the opening weekend for Beauty and the Beast 2017, as well as the opening day for Frozen 2 in 2019.
Yeah, those movies are hacks.
Well, I mean, like that's like Disney, right? And like you're one
hacks.
step below Disney. That's like that's good though. Like that's like that's a good place to be.
mean, Disney is essentially hack. Like all their stories are just
and
older
this is a
stories.
reboot of Beauty and the Beast, and this is a sequel to Frozen, right? So that's still like your,
Quick little connection there. What's her name? Elsa in that Frozen movie, right? The
Yeah.
song. What's the big song? Cold.
in
What's it?
in Frozen 1 or Frozen 2.
Frozen 1. What was that big song?
Let It Go.
All right. Yeah. So the woman who played the Wicked Witch in the play actually sings that song in Frozen.
Oh, nice.
Dina Menzel.
That's it.
Interesting.
Nailed it.
All right. Like, do you know, or you didn't like?
No, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I was surprised that you knew it. So
Well, my youngest niece likes Frozen.
Youngest
It
child.
also
yeah.
it also
Wizard
took Wicked
like,
only.
Wizard likes Frozen.
Well, I mean, it's got your. No, I'm not even gonna. It's well because it takes place in a sort of Nordic related area, and it's Thor related. Anyway, see now if Jessica
Yeah,
was here, we could
right.
point out that Kingdom Hearts was in.
Yeah, but Jessica
Frozen was in
abandoned
Kingdom Hearts
you.
3.
Jessica
Yeah, Jessica doesn't love you
abandoned
like
you
thought.
with us.
Yeah.
You're all alone now.
He's
You're not,
actually
we're not
texting
trapped in
both
here
of
with you.
us
You're
right
trapped
now.
in here with us.
Banger. You're
Absolute
sucking up the
fire.
snowman now.
Yeah. I don't like panderers though.
Yeah, no pandering. It
They're
also
worse
took
than
Wicked only a
hacks.
few days to become one of the top 25 highest-grossing musical movies of all time at the domestic box office, with its $112 million total passing recent hits like Mean Girls and The Color Purple, and also older classics like The Little Mermaid (1989) and Mary Poppins (1964). So, yeah. So this movie, and our like people, the grifters, right, were saying that this movie wasn't going to make it, right? It was, I think once the Wicked Witch was black, they were like, oh, it's over. And then once like one of the stars says something, they're like, oh, it's over, and there's
Yeah, but that's because they're illiterate when it comes to they don't know anything about the actual book or the play or anything like that, right? Because
Mhm.
the character in the original play was supposed to be black. Like
Oh, okay.
she was supposed to be a black lady. That's how what's his name? I forget the dude who wrote the book back in 1995. Won't if it was ever made into a movie or a play, that's how they were supposed to characterize her. So they're idiots. They don't know what they're talking about.
And yeah, so and then like I said, I think when the actress had the whole like eye cover gate thing, and then I think they were all like, oh, she's the movie's gonna fail and all this, and it's a lot of those movie grifters are kind of eating the L's as far as like these, like Barbie was the big one, right? They're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna
They talk
Barbie
crap about that one too. Yeah, because it's
Barbie
a chick flick, I
went
guess.
crazy.
You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. A good movie's a good movie, and even if it's a musical, it doesn't matter. Look at Grease, right? Look at Les Mis. Look at all these different like things that
South Park.
yeah, South Park the musical, right? What's
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. These people are just retarded, man. And I mean, when Nerdrotic had to eat the L on it and say that the sets were great, the actual actors in it were great, the music was great, but I didn't enjoy it because he's some big tough meth head guy. Come on, dude, take the L. Just say it's a good movie and
Or
have your
just stick to your
fans.
guns and just say, man, that shit sucked ass.
Yeah, just
Woke as
see.
fuck.
There was people actually I saw earlier today. Nina Infinity said that it was great, and you saw a bunch of the people that I've seen in the FNT chat saying still not going to go see that trash. And I'm like, dude, one of the people that you trust, right, to give you their opinion on something, just told you it was good, and you're not going to go see it. Why?
I just have no interest in seeing it.
That makes sense. That's a valid reason, right? We don't
Ruby
speak of
King-
cats, Ruby.
Ruby
No,
King
no, no,
says
no,
cats.
no. We let that fat dude die.
Who?
We don't
Well,
bring
James
his
Corden
name.
was-
Oh
James
God!
Corden was not-
Now he's gonna show up on the stream.
Say it.
his
Do
name,
it.
man.
Put it.
Anyway, so he was not the worst problem of cats. Like that was everything.
Yeah,
apart
it's just a
of that.
terrible premise in my personal opinion.
Yeah, like I think it works for play, but
Yeah.
well, Cynic, since you are a fan of Broadway, a big thespian, you are a big
Yeah,
musical
I'm a
fan.
big lesbian.
Yeah, big
Queer?
yeah,
Are you
um,
queer?
Have you ever seen Rango?
Nope,
Yes, I
I've
have.
never.
Yeah, you know what line I'm talking about, Cynic? Like we're thespians. Like that's illegal in 30 states.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big thespian, you know? What can I say?
So what musicals are you looking forward to next to be made into?
I mean, I don't how do I explain it, man? Like, I don't ever look to anything and go, "Oh, I want that to be made into a musical," right? Like, I enjoy plays. I think they're awesome. You know what I mean? And it's just that
Mhm.
most plays that you go to nowadays are musicals. So, um, I just see something that piques my interest. Like
Oh, like what I'm
Wicked,
saying, like what musical, right? Where you're like, what musical needs to be a movie?
there's not any that I know of right now that I've been excited for a while. I mean, the one that I've wanted for years was Wicked, right? Like I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Then because all the bigger stuff, man, like Avenue Q, I thought that was terrible. Um, and I don't see how they could do it with the puppets and shit like that, unless they done it like real. Avenue Q, if you don't know, is probably one of the biggest plays of the '90s,
Mm.
and it was like a adult Muppet Street, where like is this dude? It's vulgar. It's vulgar Muppets. Either way, they they couldn't do it. All the good ones have already been made. I think the last one that I wanted was Wicked. So, and they've done that now. So they just need to hurry up with part 2.
Yeah, you had said that it it's a part 1 and a part 2 thing, so, like, it
Yeah.
how's that work? Were you expecting that? Is it
I wasn't
you ex
expecting that at all until until the movie pops up and then it goes Wicked part 1. I went, "Son of a bitch." You know, cuz it's a 2 hour and 40-minute movie. You might as well say with previews and everything else, you might as well say 3 hours, right? Um so that's a long time to be sitting in a chair for a musical. But if you ever seen the play, there's the mid high point, which is where they sing the Defying Gravity song, which is like the number one song in the play or whatever.
Mhm.
That's where they ended. So you get all the way to the midway point in the play right before, if you ever saw the play in person, where you would go to intermission for, a few minutes, and then that's where the movie ends. It ends great. It's not like a weird cliffhanger. If nobody had ever seen the play, you could probably end the movie there permanently. Um, but
Yes.
it's still, man, you gotta wait, what, at least another year for him to
Mm.
come out with a part 2? Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, if there was no even talk about splitting it into the 2 parts, so hopefully it's the work that was partly done, they're going right back to the futuring it, going right into it, or it's
Well,
like
it should be, so the play picks up, right, it has, like, a small time skip, and I'm not gonna give anything away, but if you ever saw the play, you know that things happen, you get to the midpoint of the or it's actually about, I think the play's about 3 or 4 hours by itself, and you get about there's maybe an hour left of the play when you get to this point in it, right? So why
Mhm.
I don't know if they could have man, I really don't know. If they had changed a few things around and shortened the film, they could have fit the whole play into one, but they didn't. There's only For example, it's 3 hours almost, and there's only 10 songs. And you know as well as I do, those songs aren't like normal tracks. Some of them are literally just 60 seconds at most.
Hmm.
So, uh, I don't know, man. Like they need to figure something out with it instead of making me wait a whole year because Jesus Christ, it's annoying.
So, as a, Wizard of Oz, super mega fan,
Yeah,
what's the better prequel, Wicked or Oz the Great and Powerful?
Wicked any day of the week. Yeah, any day of the week. Oz the Great and Powerful probably could have been better if it hadn't have been for the casting. James Franco being in that ruined that movie, not because of what he even did, but just because
He
he's
doesn't
not a he doesn't fit
he
the
he
bill of a
he pl
wise,
yeah.
somebody who could pass themselves off as wise. Because canonically in the Wizard of Oz, he's just a hick, right? But he's a con man. He's
Yeah. What if it
and
was like in a world where Greatest Showman didn't exist, that was Hugh Jackman playing the wizard?
Yeah, I think it'd probably be either neck and neck with Wicked or a little bit above. But
Yeah.
um, it's just
Grumpy says Wicked is better done. James Franco was not good. I'm finding
No.
out a lot of Wizard of Oz fans in the.
It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest film series
My
and book
dad's a
series of
huge
all
Wizard
time,
of
man.
Oz fan.
Yeah.
I used to watch it. We had it on VHS with that thick white, VHS.
Yeah,
one
keep
that
talking. Thick and white.
Disney used to have, right? Like but like everyone had them,
Clamshells?
but like, yeah. So yeah, we had that, and
The
then
thick white clamshell, yeah.
yeah, my
The
sister,
little man in the boat.
my sister watched it, growing up a lot, but for me it was just like, yeah, like you see it, but I would only ever watch, like, I would fast forward. I think like I would watch like the Scarecrow part, and then I would fast forward to like Tin Man part, and then fast forward to like the Emerald City, and
God,
then
there's
like
so much I want to talk about this, but the second part's not out yet. Like, there's things if you've never seen the play and you want to watch the movie, watch the movie. It's
Okay.
worth it. Then go
Do
back.
I
and watch
wait?
the play.
Do I wait until the second part's out? Just so I
Wait
can go
until the
right into it?
second part's out because you'll spoil some things that are really cool the way they did it, right? The way the guy wrote the prequel, he really sort of tied some things in to where you're like, holy shit, that's cool.
Ruby King says, "Who doesn't love the Wizard of Oz? Even Wiz was great." Yeah, thanks for calling
Yeah,
me great. Oh, you mean
The Wiz is awesome. I wish they would. I don't know if they could redo that movie because it was cast so well with Diana Ross and Michael Jackson and God, what was the other dude's name? I can't remember the other dude's name, but either way, he was another Motown singer. And then Richard Pryor as the Wizard. That was amazing.
Isn't there a Muppet Wizard of Oz too?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that the one with Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh, I don't know. It's been so long since I watched that one. I mean, I grew up. I read the books as a kid, and then my mother and me would always, because I'm a mama's boy, of course, being from the South. Every
I'm a
Christmas, me
mama's
and her
boy
would,
too, brother.
yeah, me and her would watch The Wizard of Oz on Christmas Eve, and like all the other family members, if they wanted to watch it, cool. If not, me and her were gonna watch it. And so I just became a big Wizard of Oz fan. And then she's always been a fan of Diana Ross. So when I got a little bit older, she was like, and I was a fan of Michael Jackson. We watched The Wiz, and I was like, this is fucking awesome, right? And just sort of snowballed from there. So
Grumpy says, "I don't accept Wicked as Oz canon, but I respect it. It was done well more recently. I don't like the race swapping of green people automatically equal brown people again, though."
But that's the way it was supposed to be. That's what the actual writer said. It was supposed to be an allegory for racism. Just like The Wizard of Oz was supposed to be Frank L. Baum was writing an adult book, and he wanted to write about politics, and they didn't sell, so he wrote an allegory and a kid's story, and it blew up. That's why he wrote all the rest of them. Like, that's what the guy who wrote The Wicked actually took what Frank L. Baum wanted and continued it on. It's an allegory for racism because the way she gets treated based off of her skin color. Like it, love it, hate it, whatever. That's what it's supposed to be. She was never supposed to be played by a white woman.
All right. Speaking of a race swap, however, perfect transition. Idris Elba will play Duncan, aka Man at Arms, in the live action Masters of the Universe movie.
Now, how pissy are you about this?
So, as Idris Elba pictured here was in Heimdall.
Yeah.
In and he is connected to the many Thor movies, so he already can do no. So, the He-Man was something that I was talking about this before the show, that I was into it, right? I was into He-Man as a kid, but never really like pushed it, like never, brought it into the whole thing, right? So how long until Wizard ban race swap?
I can do it right now, Preston, but Wizard disavows me, and I'm not gonna have that.
Yeah, he's not allowed. Snowman is already black, so
yeah, I'm a Kang.
Anyway, so He-Man was. I grew up for the reboot era. I watched the original show later. So I've kind of been thinking about the He-Man movie for a while. They've been wanting to do it, and so basically, we'll get to that. So, live action Master of the Universe finally has a release date and a new home with Amazon MGM Studios. After the long gestating Mattel film bounce from Sony to Netflix, the dark universe of cancellation, films were not sure if they'd ever see He-Man, Sword, and iconic Bob come to the big screen. The last live action film was way back in 1987, which nothing good ever came from that year, I will say. So we're certainly due for another round. Now we know that is happening, according to The Hollywood Reporter. The live-action Master of the Universe movie will release worldwide on June 5th, 2026. This is still a long wait, so hopefully this movie delivers the goods for fans. The website also reported that Idris Elba is in final negotiations to play Master of the Universe character Duncan, aka Man-at-Arms. His role choices continue to intrigue us in the best way. Alison Brie, whose fans will know from the wide array of film television projects including Community, Glow, and Horse Girl, have joined the cast of Master of the Universe. She'll play Evil Lynn, one of the shocker here villains of the story. Then Camila Mendez, who many of us know as Veronica from Riverdale, will portray Tila in the film. She's the captain of the Royal Guard. The movie also revealed that Nicholas Galitzine will play He-Man in the long-awaited movie. Previously learned that Kyle Allen would star as He-Man, but that, it seems, is no longer the case. Nicholas, who recently acted in Red, White, and Royal Blue in The Idea of You, will now play He-Man in the live-action Master of the Universe film. I feel like He-Man, this is the movie you get Henry Cavill for. I feel like,
Yes. Brock fucking Lesnar.
This guy can.
Brock Lesnar? No.
Brock Lesnar can't act.
Imagine him with the bob though.
But
going ham.
Dude, you can't do the bob. You got to go mullet.
This guy is Prince Adam with Henry Cavill as He-Man, right? Like, that would work, right?
That dude just better get jacked as fuck.
They're just gonna CG him.
And,
Y'all know that, right? Yeah, Chris Hemsworth would work.
Chris Hemsworth was Ruby. Chris Hemsworth was considered to be He-Man. So that's the next thing, right? I heard this news, right? They're gonna do a He-Man movie. And
Sonic wants to race swap He-Man. We're not gonna we're not gonna have a Samoan, dude. We're not gonna do it. We're not. He can't.
Definitely not the Rock.
Oh, the Rock
would be terrible. He would have to have a wig, and it would look so horrible.
That's the thing, right? You try to go for like who's big and who's cool and who's So anyway, I remember hearing about this He-Man movie for a long time. It was a lot like the Black Adam movie, where it's like with Rock being Black Adam, where it's like, okay, this has been a thing for a long time.
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
Just now finally making it, right? So I went up and looked for old articles and stuff. So here is the very first time that the He-Man movie was mentioned. There's a He-Man movie that was supposed to come out in 2006. This link right here that I have on the Wayback Machine is the exact same link if you open up the current He-Man movie on IMDb. So they've been updating this same link since 2004. Status updated 4 of October 2004. So 20 years later, they're finally giving this movie like actual work. So it's just like what are they doing, right? And I like He-Man, right?
He's cool. His villains got some cool designs.
Skeletor's, great. You got the
I actually love Skeletor's design.
Yeah, there's the He-Man's character designs were a lot of like simple but effective kind of stuff. I can show here. I got
Trapjaw is cool. Skeletor.
Beastman.
Yeah, I don't really remember all their names. I just remember that they looked cool as fuck. They had a nice
So
design.
I have these are
memorable.
These are modern, but these are like, the classic, He-Man and Skeletor, right?
Even He-Man's design is pretty cool.
Yeah, He-Man's great, simple design. And so, but ever since I was a kid, I've had these. These are the reboot He-Man and Skeletor, and I've had, like I said, these are from 2001. I still have them, and I used to be big in He-Man. Back in the day.
That Skeletor looks dope.
Yeah, reboot Skeletor was cool. That He-Man reboot was just great. But
I might
Music
actually
Master says
have to go back and watch
Stinkor
that show.
was the best villain. What?
My bad. I said I might actually have to go back and watch that show.
The
Never got a
reboot?
chance to.
Yeah. Because the original doesn't hold up, just like a lot of those cartoons from the era. It's a bit rough, right? Molar is the dentist. I'm pretty sure that was in Robot Chicken, unless that is canon, but I know it was in Robot Chicken for sure. Wiz by Stinkor says Music Master. Listen, you know, Beastman's all right. Skeletor's the only character that matters. I remember like Buzz Off, you know, was the character. Ram Man. I used to have like that He-Man reboot like I said, I had toys, you know, all over from that. So I had like Ram Man, Manny Faces.
Oh my God, those toys were crazy.
Like what's the guy whose like neck could grow really tall? Like,
oh damn.
I don't remember any of the names. I just remember that they were all like weird puns or something.
Yeah,
there was a He-Man comic book series too, right?
Yep. There was
it
also
Dark Horse?
I think so. We talked about it before with the well, Grumpy says what the OG holds up just fine. Well, okay, so Grumpy and I are from a different generation, right? You know, so it's like
You should love the OG one.
Distinguished Zoomer need more in my show than
You misspoke, Boomer.
Than Villain of the Week and then lesson, you know, forced in at the end. Remember, kids, don't let an adult touch you in a way that it feels wrong. You know, like all that.
Yeah, they shouldn't be teaching that.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
But you know, but anyway, so you know, I like there's the moment where He-Man solves the problem and the music plays the theme. And it's like dun 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 He-Man, you know, and it's like that's cool though. Like that's like, oh, okay, that's cool. You know, if I was a kid with my Saturday morning cereal, right? Like yeah, that'd be awesome, you know. But you know, you watch that reboot, you get some action in there, you know.
The stretchy neck character was Mecha Neck.
Mecha Neck.
Yeah, Grumpy. I don't think he's talking about the Kevin Smith show.
No, and so that's the other thing is that you can't just be like, no, it's good because Kevin Smith, the reboot Kevin Smith was bad. No, I mean the reboot from 2000 or whatever, right?
Yeah, the art style was sick. I never really watched it. I want to go back and check it out.
Yeah. So yeah. So the and then that's like Transformers and G.I. Joe, you know, all great cultural like touchstones. But sometimes, you know, it's just those shows just got some product of their time in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never a fan of G.I. Joe or Transformers.
Get out. Kick him. Kick him, Wizard.
Well,
G.I. Joe
I'm
or
a gay loser, idiot.
Transformers?
Sorry.
Hack.
So my G.I. Joe to me was the toys my brother had, right? That wasn't like I never even like you know, Music Master says kids don't let Wizard Wordplay touch you inappropriately. That is true. Just don't let anyone touch you inappropriately, you know.
Yeah, and
also,
Snowman would know that if he watched G.I. Joe.
You know, well, you're saying, Cynic, is that Snowman would know.
Yeah.
And knowing is half the battle.
God, you nailed it.
Got him.
Look at you.
Got him. Drop the mic
Like,
now.
Anyway, so no, so G.I. Joe was you know, that was nothing. I never watched the show. I don't think even knew that G.I. Joe had a show back then because it was never really on anything. We didn't have it in like a VHS or anything. So, you know, I was a kid. It was Johnny Quest, and you know, like we had Johnny Quest on a VHS or whatever. So, but no, and then Transformers didn't really become a thing for me until the Michael Bay movie came out. So, that was my Transformers. But you know, you pick stuff up over the years, and so you.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good Transformers though. You got Megan Fox in yours. I just had to listen to old boomers cry about.
No, but well, I mean, if you're talking the movies,
Optimus Prime died. Meh. Cry more.
I'm saying,
boomer.
like, you know, you got the touch, you know, you got the power.
Yeah.
You know.
You got the touch. You got the power. Sorry, I was going somewhere else with that.
Oh, I meant to ask, what does He-Man say? Is it I have the power or I am the power?
I have the power.
Oh, I think it would be cool if he said, I am the power.
No, because he has he holds aloft his magic sword and says, by the power of Grayskull.
I am Grayskull.
I will teach you how to read burning lowercase t's.
I am the Senate. Again, okay, the wicked talk is over. If you want to talk that way, you know where to go.
But yeah, no Rock as He-Man, that would suck.
So. But anyway, so back in 2004, Jason Lewis was cast as He-Man.
What?
Like when they originally had.
Is that the dude that they've got? Is Jason Lewis at this point? Okay.
No, because as pointed out earlier, the this guy.
Yeah, but he's just playing the prince, right?
No, they revealed that Nicholas Goldstein will play He-Man. I said like he should be Prince Adam.
Oh, okay. I thought that he would. Yeah, I thought they were gonna like swap or something. Then okay.
But no, this was the guy they had tasked to play He-Man back in the day. Sex and the City, I guess. So.
I think he could have been all right.
Probably
He'd be better than that other dude.
It's all about the acting, right? You got to be because He-Man.
He-Man, it's all about the look, bro.
You kind of need.
Power for He-Man. Dolph Lundgren nailed it, bro.
I need to watch that movie. I've never seen that movie.
I
have you seen the Dolph Lundgren Punisher though?
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I own both the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe movie and the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie.
Big Dolph guy? You big Dolph head?
Yeah, I'm big. No, because I haven't seen Rocky whatever 4.
Ooh. Was a big Dolph boy? Is that what they call the fan club? Dolph boys?
We're the Dolphins.
Heck.
Man's with the new tech out
anyway,
there.
So no, because like I said, I was kind of into He-Man. When I was kind of coming back into it, when I had found the original show, my dad had bought me the Master of the Universe thing because like, oh, this is the movie, right? And it's like, oh, cool. And it's like this movie's kind of a little crap, but you know, it's just because it's like different. I will say that Thor Ragnarok is probably the best Master of the Universe movie that really anyone could. That's all that movie is. It's not a Thor movie at all. It's a He-Man movie.
It's a Thor movie.
I mean, it's definitely not a Thor movie. You can
very much a Hulk movie.
You can say you can say that it's not a He-Man movie, but that movie is not a Thor movie. You cannot call that movie a Thor movie.
It's Thor's greatest movie.
Okay, no, that's definitely not
Thor
true,
2.
You know?
Excuse me, I'll have you know.
Thor 1 is better than Thor 2.
Yes, 100%.
Thor 1 is better than Thor 2.
But Thor Ragnarok
Thor 2 is better than Thor Ragnarok.
Nah, man, you're a hack.
No, it's the, you know.
Hack.
Bricked up.
Gross.
Brick to the high heavens.
Anyway, yeah, see,
Grumpy. No. Grumpy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Go volunteer at the old folks' home.
Sit there and tell me that I said Frank L. Baum wrote Wicked, and I know it's McGuire. I know it, buddy. I knew that. That's what I said. And now he's going to try to tell me Thor 1 and 2 over Ragnarok? Puh.
If Preston says my dad can beat up your dad,
I'd bite my thumb at you.
I like Thor 2, says Ruby. See, one day I will launch the Thor Thursday show, and we will talk only Thor on Thursday.
Yeah, but have you seen Ruby's art?
Cynic won't be here.
Hell yeah,
Preston. Anyway, so no, that is correct. Ragnarok sucks when you analyze it in the fact that how is it a sequel to Thor 1 and 2?
If I had a machine gun, I'd fill it
how
with
it was an adaptation of Thor stories. Terrible. However,
all of
okay. So Ruby, Ragnarok was good. Thor: Love and Thunder was also terrible. Yes.
Oh,
Ragnarok's
Love
not
and Thunder
bad.
was bad. Oh, come on.
Now what? What are you gonna say that Eternals suck now? Come on, are we?
Yeah,
just not...
wait a minute. Eternals, the movie's so good they couldn't make another one because how could you? How could you top that?
They won't
how
even
could you
dare
top?
remake it.
Yeah, they won't even talk about it because they know all the other movies fell in comparison.
Thunder. Eric mentioned Thor: Thunderstruck. I believe he becomes Thunderstruck later. Like I haven't gotten there yet. I've just been working backwards for the past,
I need to pick up a monthly series.
I was born
15
backwards.
years.
Weird.
I need to buy some more flappies for my collection.
Love and Thunder had one good scene. I doubt that, Ruby. I can't even think of any redeeming part.
When Jane died,
of
got
Love
him.
and Thunder. Even that kind of sucked. That wasn't as good as it could have been in like the comics. She flew into the sun.
I think
She took the man. She took the
Are
man.
y'all- is everybody
flew him into
drinking
the
but
sun.
me? Eternals fucking sucks, Ruby. Get out of here.
Ragnarok is the only Kirby I've ever gotten in the MCU. Well, it's like it's space Kirby, but it's not Thor Kirby. like Thor Kirby is completely different.
And Nintendo Kirby is not even the same thing.
Nintendo Kirby is completely different.
How do you feel about yourself now, guys?
Kirby's Nintendo work was crazy. You think his Marvel work and DC work is crazy? You
should have seen him in Nintendo,
you should have seen
right?
him in Nintendo back in the day. It was nuts.
Yeah, Ruby, Eternals, greatest movie ever.
Actually, Kirby Legend of Zelda would have been fire.
Oh, I agree. That would have been badass, right?
Legend, just like a cover of like Nintendo Power, Legend of Zelda drawn by Jack Kirby. It's fucking.
Give me Kirby as that would have been great.
A Jack Kirby Ganon, right? Just being like,
oh, that'd have been that would have been amazing.
And like he's like Link's got the sword, and
There you go. There's your next project, Wiz.
Yeah, I know. I gotta, even though I don't know anything about Legend of Zelda, but
just look up Ganondorf.
Wait, what? You don't know Zelda?
Well, like I know of it. I've never played any of them.
How are you a Zoomer boomer and you don't know this stuff?
Well, that's more of a millennial thing.
True. I guess you're right. In Gen
Yeah,
X.
but you were playing Pong on the Atari, man.
That is true.
Listen in the 60s.
Yeah, you were Atariing your Pong the other day, and Ruby King
your
is a
friend
hack.
We're just no fight with Ruby King.
Oh, Ruby's gonna catch these hands. Friends with everybody? Not anymore, bro.
Yeah, and you call yourself a nerd. I don't call myself a nerd. Other people call me that, especially women, and yell at me and point and laugh.
No, most women call you a monster and then cover their child's eyes from your side.
No, that's just they just say like what's that and gross. That's generally if that might as well be my nickname. I've heard it so much. It's just gross. It's just gross. So
Ruby, come on, man. I swear. How are you a hack? Think about the statements you've made. Write them down. Tell them to yourself like a mantra in the mirror tomorrow morning, and then DM me, bro. Kids these days.
No, they call you a virgin.
No, they don't.
No,
they don't call them at all.
Oh, bang!
That is true. I am well known for not talking on the phone with women. The only one
for a cell phone. Bam! Got him again.
The only woman I've talked to on the phone is you, Cynic. Okay, so Sony set to take on.
Hurtful.
Bang.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Sony set to take on Nintendo with new portable PlayStation. Report from IGN. Sony is reportedly set to return to the handheld console market with a new portable PlayStation.
Don't do it.
You're gonna screw up. Don't do it. On the go. Well, what do you mean? Like the Vita means life. Like,
yeah, but it's
Sony PSP. Remember the PSP?
Yeah, I've got an original in my.
The PSP had some fire ass games.
I've got an original first gen PSP, and it's in my vault at the bank. Like one of those. What do they call those things where you can put like your
safety deposit box?
Yeah, I got it in the safety deposit box. So it doesn't get. People don't get their greasy fingers on it, so I can sell it one day for a fat $200.
Thanks, Jay Sonic.
Probably not at all, like $20. But PSP was great, right? All they've got to do, they've already got a console. Switch is so great because you can do both, right? You can do mobile and you can do at home, whatever. You're
Mhm.
playing on your big screen. You're like, oh man, I want to go outside and
Yeah.
sit by
Socialize.
the pool and socialize with people, but I still want to play, my Zelda or my Dark
Yeah.
Souls or whatever you have.
You can play
Um,
anything on the Switch now, really.
exactly. And so they already have the PlayStation Network to where I can do it like Xbox Live on my computer, right? So
Yeah.
I can play my
Well,
PlayStation games that are
they
downloaded
have
there.
now too the PlayStation like streaming one. That
Yeah,
was
they also
almost
have
like
that
the
on your
Switch.
phone, but you have
Yeah.
to be connected to the same network that your PlayStation's connected
Yeah.
to.
So they have like the handheld streaming thing, but it's like streaming games. It's like you don't really like to do. This would actually
Yeah.
give you the portability. You can go anywhere. Anyway, so Bloomberg reports this unannounced handheld console is in the works now, although it won't be released for some time and may end up coming to nothing. Sony declined to comment. Sony wants to expand the market on PlayStation games, Bloomberg sources said, with a handheld console that plays
I'm not going to
PS5
keep
games.
being talked down by Ruby Wiz. I'm not going to let him sit there in the chat and keep listening to it. PSP was doing that before the Switch, though. I'm not going
Yeah.
to put up with this.
Yeah,
Control your chatters.
Well, you know what you're doing is you're ruining the
No,
clip that will
let
go
chaos
live,
run amok.
that I'll clip out later is what you're doing.
The
yeah.
news story? Clip out this
Well,
bit. It's way better.
Anyway, well, this whole part just got clipped out anyway. The people watching this on the live replay can see it, but the people watching this video won't see it. So it's like, anyway,
I swear.
continuing on. Sony wants to expand the market and the PlayStation game. Bloomberg sources said with a handheld console that plays PS5 games. If the console does make it to market, Sony will be taking on Nintendo's unannounced Switch successor and a handheld Xbox, which Microsoft gaming chief Phil Spencer recently confirmed was in the works, but years away. So, yeah, Nintendo is Nintendo. You're not going
to get their market, man. Their market is niche to Nintendo.
You're not going to beat Nintendo. You're not going to outdo Nintendo. Your console works on beefy hardware. Like that's your lane. Nintendo wanted to do stylized, cartoony games that people can play on the go, and like have a console that can play games that don't look as good as what's on your big brick console, but the older ones can play just good.
Well, I mean, Nintendo's the platformer's platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting the Switch for all the Metroidvanias.
Yeah, I mean they're great consoles for what they are, but that's not your audience. Like the reason why Nintendo is so big is because old dudes who have kids can give their kids a Nintendo and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Right? And if Sony starts doing that, they're done for. They have to have, some rated M for mature games to keep that console afloat because they don't have enough of those cartoony, kid-friendly games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Xbox Microsoft jumping into a handheld console is suicide.
Microsoft trying to say anything, like trying to work, trying to do anything with a console.
Yeah, they're phasing their consoles out. That's what they
Yeah.
just said a couple months ago. So you're gonna directly compete with Nintendo? You're insane.
Speaking of beefy consoles, Beefy Bites showed up when I said beefy. That's
hola, brother.
very strange.
Clip that.
Sony tried it before, yeah, with the PSP, the greatest handheld console of all time.
Game Gear,
PSP
bro.
was dope.
The Game Gear had color. The Game Boy didn't have color. The Game Gear had color.
Exactly. Game Gear, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna buy it. Like I have a PS5 that will play all the games that will be on this thing. Now, if they want to use fill this with old PlayStation games and PSP games and stuff, then yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what it's priced at and what it can do, I might buy one because I am a Sony pony fanboy. But I can get a Switch. I have a laptop, right? Got 2 laptops. I can just play my games on the go already.
But this goes in with this other story that again came across my fancy desk. That Sony has finally confirmed that the PlayStation 2 officially sold 160 million units, further cementing it as the best-selling console of all time.
How did they update that 20 years later? I mean, how does that make sense?
I guess they finally calculated everything, or at least like I think they themselves released the numbers that people,
They didn't release them before. Okay.
Hacks.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
this.
hackish.
That loading that boot up sound, the load when the memory card doesn't work and you have to pull it out and put it back in, and
PS2
then it's working. The disc doesn't work. You had to clean it, and
PS2 wasn't that bad, bro.
PS2 was great. It's like
It was dope.
literally the
PS3 was
console,
the
right?
problem child.
PS3 had its problems. It was really expensive. It had,
Was it
had all that-
PS2 or PS3 that had the internals that are still pissy to emulate because they were one of a kind? I think it was PS3.
Probably PS3 because
I think it's PS3 because that's why
is emulated pretty easily.
exactly. So it's PS3. So yeah, PS3 was a problem child. PS2 was peak performance in my opinion.
PS2
We had
dope.
I think we had the PS2 Slim or whatever. We didn't have this PS2, but because ours I think it was smaller. But we had the PS1 and then we got the PS2, and then I got a 360, or my brother got a 360, and then I got
360 was dope as well.
Yeah, probably in probably my top one console of all time.
360?
Yeah, I think so. I think I played and enjoyed most of my games, and have the lineage of games that I look for now came from the 360 era. So,
dude, Saints Row. Sorry, go ahead.
Did you know this PlayStation logo can actually turn to the side? You turn it.
No, I would. Why would I do that?
If you stand up your console, the logo's going the way that it would. Like, see how the Sony logo is going straight on, but this is.
Yeah.
You can go like turn, and you can turn it.
Okay, I never knew that. Actually, first time I ever played one of those, we went to Panama City Beach, and my cousin. It blew my mind because he was, I think he was like 8 years older than me, 6 years older than me, and he had grown folk money, right? And he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna go buy a PlayStation 2." And it blew my mind that I was able to get in the car with like my 18-year-old cousin and go get a PlayStation 2 on a beach trip in like 4 games. I was just like, whoa. And then we played the Bouncer all night long. It was badass.
Never got to play the Bouncer.
It's a great game. Sora's based off that character.
Yeah, we talked about that. But anyway, yeah, so I just saw that and was like, the PS2, classic console. I was at my thrift store back in my hometown, and they had a PS2 with like all the stuff. I think it was a Slim. They had all the stuff in it, and it was like $20, and it's like, man, like I wish I would have got it then, because it's like so much you could do with that. But
the thrift store. Wiz just calls it the store. Sorry, buddy.
No, so really, I just want to like emulate a lot of those old superhero games from like PlayStation 2
era. Yeah.
Well, PlayStation, like basically I want to be like, give me, everything that even going back to the Commodore 64. Have you seen the superhero games on the Commodore 64? Make your eyes bleed.
Yeah, like
Awful.
Spider-Man and Superman.
Spider-Man and Superman, like that was like Grumpy loves the thrift store. You gotta love everyone.
Yeah, you can also get like Def Jam Fight for New York and Vendetta and the Incredible Hulk game.
Yeah, PlayStation 2 just had bangers. Like there was
dude.
And then
Grand
360
Theft Auto 3 set it all off, man. That really set like.
And really 360 came out and it had bangers too,
Yes, I was gonna say Saints Row 1, the first one, had amazing fucking multiplayer, and it's such a shame that none of the games after had it, because that's one of the games I had the most fun multiplayer playing.
And there's co-op in Saints Row 3 and 4.
It's not the same as it was in 1.
Like multiplayer, as in like
it was PvP and like different modes, like capture the flag, protect the pimp, and like
you
could. The character customization was crazy cool.
But look at it, Superman on the Atari. If you want your eyes to bleed, I played that a lot, says Grumpy. Or maybe no, it is what I'm thinking of. Superman for the Atari 2600. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, where you just like squares moving on a screen, and it's just.
I learned about them from Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah, before I started streaming, before I did drawing videos, I wanted to do gaming like videos, and one of the things was about the history of like superhero games. Not really the history, but just more about like a 10-minute video about superhero games. It's gone now. It's on my channel, but it's unlisted. You can't see it. Maybe one day. But yeah, and so I talk about that. The first one I think was Superman for the Atari 2600.
What'd you unlist it for?
Commodore 64. It when I started doing drawing things, it had my voice, and then I was like, well, I don't want my voice there because I'm doing drawing things without my voice, and you know.
Oh, you thought you were
Or-
greater at drawing than you were about talking about superhero stuff?
No, it was just more like I was like I liked the anonymity back in the day.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get you. I
No,
get you.
more like, well, no voice, just kind of just draw, and then like maybe one day I'll break down my whole YouTube journey because that is wild. I used to have another channel. I made a video that got like thousands of views. It's
Heard
great.
you used to do dancing tutorials.
Definitely did not do that.
Oh, well, that's what I was told.
I still have every single video.
Whiz
that I made.
of foot play is what they called it.
That was
from everything
before
I've
I
read.
had. I did not have a Wiz moniker back then. It was a King moniker instead.
Oh, fucking wishful thinking, right?
Yeah, it was just cool. I went through a King phase when I was like
Yeah, I get
a
it.
teenager.
Oh,
Going through my Kang
okay.
phase.
When you peaked,
So-
I get you. Yeah, I've been
When
there.
I didn't peak until I was later teen. So like my early videos
I
was
peaked
I was
in
like
preschool, dude.
I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
My life didn't peak until I was 16.
Oh, okay.
That's pathetic.
I mean, are you surprised, Snowman?
I am.
Nah, you're a legend, bro.
You're a handsome
Fuck what I
fella.
say, man. Who
Okay,
am
well,
I?
no blowing smoke up my ass. All
I
right,
don't-
moving
I
on.
don't blow anything up.
Um,
Come
There
on.
is
Oh,
Bloodborne
Jeez.
news, people. Look at it.
Oh,
They
no.
finally announced Bloodborne 2.
Oh, what?
Wait, they
this was
officially announced this, or is this a rumor?
I'm lying. This is just a picture.
I
that
was
they
about
used
bitch ass
Jesus
bitch.
Christ, man.
on-
See, like when
I'll-
you post in the chat, like, or in the group, that things you're thinking about, I try to avoid them unless it's a topic that like I want to, like the Kodakawa stuff I sent y'all a couple weeks ago, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm very interested in
Well,
that because I invested in that
guess-
company.
Guess
So-
what, Cynic? From Software parent company Kodakawa pushed Sony towards acquisition, says recent report.
Mm.
From Software parent
hadn't
company
saw that.
Kodakawa Corporation has reportedly been pushing Sony Group towards a purchase, according to a new report. We first saw
Kodakawa,
speculation
don't do
last
it.
week that Kodakawa set the stage for Sony acquisition to fend off a hostile takeover from foreign companies, including South Korea's Kakao Corp.
Oh,
A
okay. So
fresh
this makes
report by
sense now.
Bloomberg partially backs up these claims. Analysis say Kodakawa purchase is in Sony's best interest. From Software, a bonus. Both Kodakawa and Sony have been going back and forth for a number of years, with the former wanting Sony to make a full purchase, whereas the latter was only interested in strategic investments in anime and video game IP.
So From
So-
Software wanted to be a Sony company, and Kodakawa, didn't want that at that time.
No, so Sony just wanted From Software and its anime stuff. Kodakawa is like, buy us all.
Well,
buy us.
yeah, it
From
looks
Software
like-
doesn't
yeah,
have any
exactly
anime
what
stuff.
Wizard
Kodakawa
said.
does.
No, I'm saying like they're not. I'm not talking about From Software is a bonus. Reports Kodakawa and Sony have been going back and forth for years, with the former Kodakawa wanting Sony to make a full purchase.
Oh,
whereas
okay,
The
I see, I
latter,
see.
Sony
Yeah.
was only
wanted to-
interested in
Mhm.
the anime and video game IP.
They didn't want the manga stuff and all the other IPs that
and
they
like
have.
all like
so,
whatever
yeah.
else, because you said they
Game,
have like
they've got games, but they have like. So Kodakawa is probably, I think, one of the largest
it's
like
still down
Japanese
here.
anime video game companies, IP owners. Period.
Though Bloomberg's report mentions that Microsoft, Tencent, and Kakao have all expressed an interest in Kodakawa, it stops short of confirming that they wanted to fight off a foreign entity in a favor of the local Sony group. Established in 1945, it's an anime powerhouse with a library of over 100,000 novels and comics. The
Mhm.
company previously dismissed suggestions of an acquisition, but with its founding members gone and it's being publicly listed, they don't seem interested in fighting off any offers going forward.
Yep.
Bloomberg claims that news of a potential acquisition pushed their market value up $4.1 billion, making a deal
Yep.
with Sony more difficult than it was just a week ago. Additionally,
Yep.
offers from other buyers are also a possibility, so what happens next remains to be seen.
It is a massive company. Like, that's why I put money into it, because they had like all the IPs that I enjoy. Like when I invest my money, I invest in like what I call legacy stuff. So stuff that I use. And when I saw that they owned probably every IP that was something I enjoyed, I was like, all right, throw a couple two,
Hey,
$3 there.
What,
I see.
FromSoft?
I got
No,
I
Kodakawa.
got
Oh.
all of you with the Bloodborne 2 troll.
Yeah,
You're-
you're a
you're
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, and
I
I
hope
love
somebody
I love
strikes your channel now.
I love Bloodborne as well. So well, we'll see. We'll see what that Adventures in Babysitting clip does to my channel. I have to get rid of it. It's a little too long.
Yeah,
Might-
Grumpy, it's Kodakawa. It's not Kotokawa.
Kadokawa.
I don't know. I'm just trying to fight for my life out here.
Sure. But no, it's a big company, man, and Sony's got to come correct with it. But they've got so many great legacy IPs and Sony's been fumbling the ball so much lately that's what makes me not want them. They already own, I forget how much stock now, like 18% of the company, and they already own part of From Software. So, I mean, who knows, man? We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. So, like I said, I literally just clicked on this. I'm like, oh, Cynic's here this time. We can talk about it, and it's an addendum to the story we had already talked about already.
I mean,
But speaking,
go ahead.
no, I say you
We
go
move
ahead.
on. No,
Oh,
I'm just saying, I don't think people realize just how big the company is. Like that is, I don't think Sony could afford it personally. I'd have to look
Speaking
into the numbers.
of From Software games, more or less, that actually do exist, Armored Core as secret level, the Amazon Prime show revealed its Armored Core trailer teaser for its episode, starring Keanu Reeves as the pilot.
Oh man.
Oh, hacks.
I get it. Keanu, I get
No, I don't get it. Hacks.
it.
I
Yeah,
don't want actors in my games.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the CGI is looking good though, or it's CGI animation because it is animation.
I'll just play the fucking game. Yeah, I'm not
It's
a fan
so
of Keanu
stupid.
being in it either.
Yeah,
I'll just play the game.
I don't want Keanu or anybody else. I'm sick of seeing actors in the games. It just takes me
Yes.
out of my immersion. Right? Like I want to be immersed in this world. I want this world to take me on an adventure. And then I go, oh, there's Bill and Ted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is just a fictionalized show, right?
Yeah, so it's a show that is doing adaptations of like stories or games, so like stories from games or
Right.
famous games or whatever, right?
Armored Core 6 was the fucking shit.
So Armored Core is one of them. God of War is one of them. Dungeons and Dragons, but also one of them is Concord, which is a game that you cannot buy, and if you bought Concord, they took it from you and gave you your money back.
Oh damn.
So
That'd be cool. There's got to be some with the game still for sure.
like I think even if you have the disc, it won't work or something. Like I think it's
Probably have to
gone.
play offline.
I
Oh yeah,
don't
so
even
they
know if
thought they really thought Concord was going to be the shit.
I honestly don't even know if they've released Concord on a disc.
Well, I
Like,
mean, yeah, they
think it
did.
was-
I think
it
they
was,
did.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
hold
that's
on,
right
I'll
because
look
there
it
was
up.
a picture of like a bunch of them piled up or something, and then
Yeah.
they were like, if I would have known, I would have bought them because they were like dirt cheap. And I would have known, I would have bought them because it's lost media now. But yeah, Concord. Someone articulated it was really funny in a meme, which will be for only my Zoomer brain. But
You can still order a copy of it from Walmart for $50.
Preston will get it. He's a Zoomer like me. So it was it was Phineas and Ferb. It was Candace dragging the mom back into the backyard, like, look, PlayStation made a game and it cost them like $60 million or whatever. Like, and then they're like, look, mom, look, and then like she turns and it's like gone, and it's like, what? It was just, but it was right there, like Concord. It was right there. It was on the store. I saw it. I bought it.
Facts,
right
Grumpy.
Armored Core 6 was worth the 20-year wait.
Yep.
I haven't played it yet. Don't know if I ever get it on like PlayStation like free game or something like that, I might get it. But still gotta beat that stupid Elden Ring DLC. It's too hard.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know,
want
me
to.
too. It's a fucking behemoth, dude.
It's like I'm just on the bosses, and it's just like I don't want to.
It's rough.
And then it's future game of the year, Elden Ring DLC.
Yeah, that's
Um,
retarded. I love the
You're
damn
a
thing,
boomer
but that's
wizard.
dumb.
You know, Preston, you are 2 years younger than me. Not even. You're probably like a year and a few months. You watch Phineas and Ferb.
Doesn't
don't
matter.
mind.
You're older, so you're a boomer.
Ah, dang it.
Correct.
He's used my own spells against me.
Yeah, dude. You got counter hacks.
God. Oh wait, no, I think I have it actually on here. Hold on. Shut the fuck up. Okay.
That's awesome because that scene's actually really like fucking intense in the movie.
Yeah, you've talked about it before.
Yeah,
Have you seen that movie,
really,
Wizard?
really talked about
No, I haven't seen
man.
any Blade Runner.
The first
don't
one's great, but I
understand you,
do
man.
like the second one better. Have you
When
seen it?
of course you
Yes,
don't
of course I've
understand me.
seen
That's
Blade
been,
Runner.
that's been the great conflict that we've been having for like the past like 8 months or however long.
Nah, I'm
No,
not a
me
himbo,
neither.
dude. I swear.
No, I was talking to Cynic.
Oh.
You understand
no.
me. You understand. You don't
the
understand.
fact that you,
don't
like, have-
understand. You don't
Find some
understand
media
anything.
and enjoy it, okay? Just please, for the love of
I
God.
enjoy lots of media.
I don't. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. That's all.
I mean, and these are confusing times.
It's a great way to, I mean,
Tell
to
us about
enhance,
that
like, your
Batman game
imagination
again, Wiz.
help your
What
writing
was your
and shit.
favorite part of that?
There's nothing new to report.
How did it play and all that?
It doesn't matter how'd Blade Runner play. Oh, it's just a movie. You just watch
Pretty
it.
well. I
It's a
didn't
story.
skip
It's just
because I never scratched the
story.
disc, but yeah, it's good.
the story that you
That's a
consume.
terrible comparison.
It is, but you're not friends with me because I'm smart. You're friends
Yes, I
with me
am.
You
because
got a massive
you're friends with
hog.
me. You're friends with me because I got clout.
I was gonna. It's the beard, actually, but whatever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
whatever floats your boat.
You climb up in there and take a nap.
I don't have a clip. I guess I'll use this one's for someone.
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck? I'll laugh anyway.
Such a great shot, dude.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Secret Level. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Patrick Schwarzenegger are supposed to be in it. So is Kevin Hart, Keanu
Ugh.
Reeves, Gabrielle Luna,
It's like I don't care about these celebs anymore.
and Laura Bailey, who is in video games. So like, cool. She's
And I'm gonna go on a hot take here. What is her name? Sydney Sweeney. Overrated.
I haven't seen much out of her. So
Disavow.
Overrated as a titmouse.
hey, we like Titmouse here. I like birds.
Titmouse. That's gonna be a new character in Goblin Town.
So we're getting Armored Core, which we already saw. We're getting Concord. We're getting God of War, which the God of War one's got to be good. But I wonder because it's Amazon Prime and they're also doing the God of War show. So I wonder if it's gonna be a lead-in. Is it gonna be? Are they doing just Greece? Are we doing post Ragnarok? What are we gonna do? That'll be interesting. Is it if it's without Kratos and it's in the
Mega
God of
Man.
War universe or something, and it's like
Who do they have cast as Kratos though?
they haven't really released casts or anything. It's mainly just more like who's going to be in it. So it could be Patrick Schwarzenegger or something. I don't know. Could be Kevin Hart.
No,
I
it's
have
got to
no
be Kevin Hart, I think.
I have no idea.
Wait, Kevin Hart's going to be in this series?
Kevin Hart's going to be in the series in some. He might be in Dungeons and Dragons, and
That
it'll
would
be like
probably be hilarious,
Dungeons and Dragons will be
actually.
like the comedy episode or something, or like Pac-Man or something.
For them having the gall to do that would be
They'll have to
fucking
do like
hilarious.
all kinds of weird perspective shots.
No, just have
to
him be
make him
really
look
short.
taller.
No, he's just really-
Short Kratos wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, he's Greek. It's ancient times. They were shorter back
Jesus.
then.
Well, you talk about me and Snowman's
Yeah, dude.
racism and stuff, and what you
Yeah,
just said
Bigoted tyrant.
is completely
Well, I'm sorry,
bigoted.
I apologize.
Apologize to the Greeks.
Ancient Greek viewers that
Wow, now you're calling
Oh,
them
now
old.
they're ancient.
No, I mean, like,
Jesus.
I told you,
Okay.
people back then,
You're
people in
fucking
ancient
sick.
times were shorter. We know this. Kratos
No, we
would
don't
be
know
like
that.
Kratos would be like 5'4". Be a comic
Nah, bro,
accurate
you're
short
being
kid.
a racist against Greek people.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I'm
you'd
disgusted at how sick
again
you
more than
sound.
welcome.
Greek
You know,
bigot.
this ain't an airport, cynic. You don't have to announce your departure. You know?
Oh,
Ooh,
whoa.
wow.
He's being a cordial gentleman, and this is how you treat him.
Exactly. I bring my intelligence, my wit, my vamping skills, my charm, and you treat me this way?
You know,
Huh.
trying to find a good clip.
Huh.
Be like,
Well, keep scrolling there as I use my skills
Right.
of vamping.
Don't
yeah, I'll
care,
be-
didn't ask, cry about it, stay mad, get real, L mold seed cope.
Dude, those fucking those like listing of cope seed malt things
yeah.
are the cringiest.
Yeah, that shit.
Are
was
they not
going
fucking
down.
cringy, Snowman?
Terrible?
They're so they make my skin crawl.
That's the point. You're meant to be mad about it. And that's
It's
why
not
you-
the cope
but
seed
no.
malt. It's the like it just goes on too
well,
long.
that's the short one. Like the tails one that I posted too is still that one's.
Yeah, that thing was
one's-
like 2 minutes long, and I
That was
literally
funny because of how long ago.
I checked out after 10 seconds.
Well,
I
and
was
it
like,
gets
"Nope."
funny because it
Yeah, no,
escalates,
it's
and so it's like motherless, fatherless, and then it like talking about your dad isn't coming back.
You know what, man?
Yeah,
Skill
you're hitting a
issue,
little too close to
grammar
home,
issue.
bro.
I'm
Like,
gonna maul. You just wait. You
soon.
wait until I'm mauled.
Dude, I am pacing.
All right, now you get your favorite clip that you all love. You ready for it?
You guys are jerks.
Yes, that's my
MVP.
goal. That's my goal to get one of those a day, and it's been so long.
It's been a long time. You haven't earned. None of you have earned it. There's been jerkier people out there that I've had to deal with.
Yeah, facts.
Let me check what else we got here. We kind of went through everything. Well, there was maybe I was gonna hopefully have this with Jesker to get his reaction, but
Yeah, Jesker just abandoned you, bro.
yeah, he's just dead. It's okay.
He said you're not hood enough for him.
And he sent
No.
me that DM too, and I was like, I sent him the shoulder shrug emoji.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was like, bro,
um,
Wiz holds his Glock sideways with the best of them.
I don't have a
He
good.
has 11 ski masks, dude.
How do you
don't
guys?
have a gun? Yeah, keep
how?
telling the government that they know.
Hold on, my sketchbook. Hey, my sketchbook. Hey, yo, what's up, wizard? Hello, my sketchbook.
What's up, my
Howdy,
sketchbook?
partner.
No. So anyway, what do you guys think about the prophecy of the Antichrist? Right? Could be a little too BTM on stream, but
Mm.
what do
You
you
would have
think?
walked
about
that
it?
Right
out
at
a
home,
little
cynic.
more.
Like, do you? Well,
Like,
do you?
What do you mean my
like-
thoughts on it? Like, where are we going with
like,
this?
you-
I just need a
Yeah,
little
go
bit.
ahead.
You know, like, do you believe
Elaborate.
the Antichrist will appear? Do you believe the Antichrist walks among us? Do you believe the Antichrist is possibly going to be born?
Personally, I think the Antichrist is on this stream right now.
Well, I'm just saying because
Hey, man.
No, it's Wizard. Okay,
Well-
everybody is supposed to like the Antichrist.
Well,
and
I mean, we
everybody
do.
likes
Okay,
Wizard.
hold on. We
I
know at
think
least
he's
one
trash.
person who does not like me. So anyway, no, because Chris Chan
Oh,
has
hero.
claimed that his Finnish girlfriend Flutter is pregnant in
Oh,
the
no.
summer.
I saw a
Look,
post about that
I'm a
today.
pro-life person, but in this instance,
Smothering
this
to a
was
box.
this was updated. I did not catch hypothetically, and there is no pregnancy.
She
Damn.
needs to go to a bounce house.
There is no pregnancy. Christian says so. All right.
Chris, you let us down.
Yeah, I had saved
that
this at the beginning of the week.
But that proves my opinion that Wiz is the Antichrist.
It does not disprove that because well, I had said that
He plays nice, like he's just this really nice dude.
Real
That's
nice
just like the
guy.
sheep in wolf's
Everybody
clothing.
loves him.
Yeah,
Huge
it's like-
Wolf
hog,
in sheep's
great
clothing.
beard.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
I'm it's like I'm a villain from the Old Testament, like a snake or something,
Yeah.
no, so I had talked
Digging your
about
own
with,
grave, Tiger.
you know, I was gonna, we
Start
don't
digging up, Wiz.
digging like played the theme song from Holes. You've got to
Shia
go
LaBeouf is the
dig
man.
those holes.
Oh, that's a great song, by the way.
It is great. It is a great song. I haven't seen Holes in a long time, but that's
You ever seen Holes?
You don't say.
I miss Jesker.
Sorry, dude. That was
Like
fine.
Cynic shows up for the first time in like 3 weeks. You know,
It's
like
because I am Jesker. You didn't put two and two
Snowman.
together.
Oh shit! It's
I'm gonna get shit on for saying it, but Snowman gets all uppity.
Yeah, dude, I fuel him somehow, don't I? Like I don't know what it is. When he's around me, he just gets all himboed out.
Yeah, he
I'm
gets all
a
himboed.
little slutty himbo.
You ate higher than that in the Old Testament. Thanks. I would like to think that I'm the guy that gets mugged on the street, like by a
No, you're the one they
robber.
speak of in Revelations, bro.
No, that's the Antichrist. You already.
Antichrist is
You know,
badass though, dude.
Yeah, you get like
Well,
sweet horns.
it depends
and
on
stuff.
what kind of Antichrist you're going for, right? If you're going for like actual cool big demon lord, or if it's just like Satan with the suit and tie or
You
something.
got like
Huge
a trench
hog,
coat on.
massive ginger beard, running around with like a
It's not
pitchfork and a
ginger.
wizard hat,
Riding
like
around on a
flicking
griffin.
his tongue
Chris
at all
Bacon is here. Hello, Chris.
What's up, Bacon?
What's up, Chris? That'd be sweet, man.
Right.
Somebody AI that image for me.
Preston says, odd, I've consumed more American media than the American. Wasn't that always how it goes? Like,
It's
you
so
know.
odd to me, right? Like you have a great mind for media, but at the same
Mhm.
time, you can
I've experienced.
like through YouTube videos and shit.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
99% by zeitgeist.
Yeah, it's yeah, that's exactly it. And
That's how I learn a lot of my shit now too, though. Honestly,
I
it
can't
sucks.
do that shit anymore. I used to for a little while, and I'm like,
Dude.
I want to form my own opinion. Period.
Yeah, I want to start reading more.
Well, it's not about
Well, you
like
got to
not-
learn first, Samurai, but we'll get you there.
It's not about like not forming my own opinion on things. It's more or less like I like to learn about like the process of the movie and the history of the movie and
Yeah,
all
but
that
you do
stuff.
that
and-
after you watch
you
the
know.
movie.
No, but just like I'm just more like, yeah, I'm not interested in watching this movie,
All right,
but I'll
look,
listen
I
to
want
like
you.
what
I
the-
want you since I am a fan of Wicked. I want you to watch Wicked when Wicked Part 2 comes out, and then I want you to watch the play, and then watch the making of the play.
That sounds
Bro,
like
you it's
hell.
right up your alley.
Wiz, do you read comics?
I try to, but
That's
more
a yes
but
or no question. That's
Yeah,
not
man.
a
no, I don't. Like I try to, but no, I don't.
Have you?
I have, yes.
Just you're just about to pull your tourist card.
No, like I was gonna say, I have called myself a tourist multiple
Yeah, I'm slightly a
times.
tourist too.
Because it's like, yeah, like a lot of what I learn about like, superheroes, for example,
hole.
right? Superheroes come from like all of the movies and the TV shows and all that, right? And I kind of piece it together.
Yeah, you can do that. I get that,
you know.
especially in modern day,
Yeah,
because
I have too.
one thing I do agree with Eric July on is that
I have bought a lot of
it is
comics.
confusing for people who aren't comic book fans
Yeah,
to
to
figure
jump in.
out where to jump in and what, right? Like, because if
Yeah,
you go,
100%.
let's say you go on
That was
Reddit
one of
or
the problems
Twitter
I
or
had with it.
somewhere and you go, hey, where's a good spot to jump in? And you're going to get 50 different fucking answers.
Yeah.
And you may pick one and it fucking sucks and then it ruins you on
Like
that comic book series. So I
like
get that.
Immortal Thor, right? I've talked about
You've
about
been
it
reading
very
Immortal
little.
Thor, haven't you?
I've been reading Immortal Thor, yes. And so
So
I've
you
talked
read
about
That's
it.
a fucking comic.
I've
That's a
talked
comic
about,
book, Wizard.
Yeah, but I'm just more saying like as far as like
Like
pull-
You're not an old
multiple-
head. Like me,
grabbing
I
every-
started reading comics in the 90s when I was a little wee
Yeah.
lad with my grandpappy.
So anyway, so Immortal
when I was
Thor,
only
right,
kinda jacked.
has its ability for people to jump on at the beginning, like I am, right? But then there's
Yeah.
also they call back to stuff that happened back in the 60s, back in the 70s. They're
Mhm.
recently in the recent issue,
Preston.
Thor gets his son from an alternate timeline, which was from an arc from like 1992 or something like that.
Yeah.
Which was
okay.
just like a run, and then it ended, and then no one talked about it ever again. And then they're just like, this was from a timeline that everyone forgot about. Here we go. Boop. And then it was
Gotcha.
like, and they don't really kind of tell you like this is from this issue. Like they kind of used to do that. They don't really do that anymore.
Did you try to
Um,
read comics when you were a kid? Like, did you ever? All right, so when I was a kid, I've told this story before, but my granddad used to take me to Lion and the Unicorn comic store, and he bought me like Death of Superman, and then the series that the
Fire.
arc that followed after that, and Turok #1, like all these like really cool. If something cool was coming out with a cool variant cover, he would take me and we'd buy 2 copies, one to read and one for me to put up. And like I never read arcs really, except for the Superman stuff and some Batman stuff. But like when you were a kid, did you ever go into a 7-Eleven and see a comic book and like you have like
so
random picks?
I have
that you
random. You weren't here. So, but I talked about this I think last week or
rub it
2 weeks
in,
ago.
dude. I'm a busy
You know,
man.
you were having fun. You know, I get it. You know. But anyway, so I talked about this like a couple weeks ago that my comic collection is very weird. It's very much like
It's probably like mine is right now. Like
so
one-off, a lot of one-offs, collector
there
stuff.
was no comic book stores in my hometown, right?
Oh,
Um,
fucking sucks.
so the only other comic book
Burn
stores
your
were like
town
way
down.
out, way out
Mhm.
there. The comic book store finally opened while I was in high school, and
And
the guy who owned it priced everything really cheap. So like I
he was a
went in there,
Greek,
it was just
and so you
I
wouldn't
went
go in
in there
there.
and just I went in there and just started like grabbing like random like comics. I'm like, this looks cool, this, you know, whatever. And I'm just
Yeah.
I got a bunch off of that, but mainly it was I said that my neighbor at my dad's place one Halloween because his son owned a comic book shop, he was handing out comics on Halloween. And so then they had some left over, so they gave them to me. So it was like random like 90s. Like I said, my first comic that I can really remember having was Darkhawk. And it was like 2 or 3 Darkhawk comics.
It's a pretty cool,
Damn,
deep, obscure
okay,
cut
yeah.
comic, though.
But
Yeah, that is a
but
pretty
I,
good comic.
but I was also too young to really kind of be able to like read and understand. It was mainly just about like looking at the art and kind of doing
Mhm.
that. But I still held on. Like I still have them. They're over on my shelf. Like I still have them. So
Yeah, so that's how mostly my comic collection is now. Like I have stuff that I've collected. Like I've got arcs and different series that I've collected over the years, but a lot of it's just stuff that I've wanted,
yeah.
right?
So like with
I'm a comic
once I
reader instead of a collector. Like I give a lot of my comics away and buy the trade
so
paperbacks. So
like I don't even say
You have
that
a
I
lot of
collect.
graphic
Like
novels,
I
like with
have a
floppies.
collection. Like I have
yeah,
a collection.
but you don't have like
But I'm not like, okay, I have this one issue. I'm going to go out of my way to get
the full
the
series, the
the
full
whole
art.
arc, the
Yeah.
whole series. I'm gonna read
Yeah.
through everything, right?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I
We
do,
said hack earlier, right? I think so. Well,
yeah, like
I
you
think
know,
so.
I
I'll
told
check
you
the
I'm a tour.
replay.
I'm a tourist. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's what I
No,
that's
no,
what
no.
I
I
told
get
you.
it,
I
man.
talked about,
But
you
you
know,
read your
and
comics, right? You're not a like. I'm saying, do you read them or are you collecting them?
so the comics I have sitting on my shelf.
Do you plan on reading them or do you plan on like?
I plan on read. The problem is, it's a lot of them are like issue 3 of 5, and that's all I have. And it's like, okay, yeah, I can
Yeah.
read it.
Okay.
I've read a
Got
few of
some
them that were like,
manga and some graphic novels laid out that I need
you
to
know,
read.
I have graphic novels. Like I have Dark Knight Returns. I have Killing Joke. I
Let me
have some
ask you, Wiz, how close are
collected
you to
stuff.
an Ollie's?
I have
Oh,
literally
It's
never
yeah.
heard of that
cheap.
my entire life.
Yeah, they probably got
Y'all don't have
hella
Ollies
graphic
up there?
novels cheap.
If they do, it is probably in the next. Like again, I'm in small areas.
I get it. I get it. Well, look up and see how
Um,
close you are to an Ollie's because
looks like it's 2 hours away.
okay. Well, if you get a chance to go to a store like Ollie's, they have the
Nope,
best trade
this is some-
paperback
this is something
section
else.
ever. You can get $30-$40 trade paperbacks, which are the full arcs, for $5. That's where I buy about 90% of my books.
Ollie's bargain outlet.
There you go. That's
Yep.
it. Ollie's Bargain Outlet. It's an old gray-headed guy with like buck teeth as the mascot. Ollie's, good stuff, cheap. I think it's a. I go there a couple times, like maybe
There's-
once a month, once every 2 months. I buy a fuck ton of junk food because it's like, a discount store, and as many trade paperbacks as I'm missing.
So they have no locations in Wisconsin.
Pieces of shit.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
writing the.
actually,
I'm writing
nope,
the.
hold on.
This
They
is
got
just
one.
excuses.
It's more towards the northern middle of Wisconsin. So it's
I'm writing my senator right now.
far from me. Way far. It's more towards the north of Wisconsin. So.
Well, I'll tell
Like
you what,
it's
Wiz.
it's
If
above
you
Green.
send
It's
me a
above Green
list
Bay.
of things you like other than Thor, because I already know that, next time I go to my Ollie's, man, I'll keep an eye out for
Well,
something you
and
might
that's
want.
so my brother. I've explained this to my brother. Goes to card shops because he collects cards and like sells them or whatever.
Fucking
But so
nerd.
he'll look at the comic book discount bins for me, and
Why don't you go with him?
he'll usually grab
You don't
because
like his brother, or his
Yeah,
brother
why don't
don't
you
like
guys
him.
like
no, it's
bond?
my brother's a grown adult and he decides when he wants to go places and he doesn't.
Wizard, you also know you're a grown adult, right?
Yeah, you can ask
like
him.
Like
so,
you know that.
Okay. This isn't part of the discussion. I was just saying that
I was
he'll
just
bring
I
me
was
back.
just making sure. I was like,
Let's bring back comics, and
Okay,
that so like I recently got like Hercules, like he brought me like a big stack of Hercules from
that's
like
good. That's
two
actually really fucking cool.
like 2000,
Yeah.
and so it was like, oh, like it was, and it's like he brought me another point like a Fantastic Four from I think 90s or something like that, but it was like it was a more or less an arc, like wasn't, I don't know if it's complete, but it's like a good like I think like 8 issues of like sequentially. So
Yeah.
it's just that there's never, like, if there was a plate, like there's a card shop that I walk past every day that only has like magic cards and crap like that, but I'm just like, man, there was comics in there, you know.
Why don't you go in there with a gun and be like, start getting comics, dude.
It'd be like, well, we got this comic, but we got this Ripaverse. It's like, dang it, not what I wanted.
Ugh.
And then you do a desk pop like real quick into the counter, pow, and you go, I'm not playing. And you go,
But,
do you know who I am? And then you tell him about your YouTube channel, and then he'll get serious with you.
Preston asks, how long till you do indie comic reviews? No particular reason. I want to do more like comic book reviews and talks and stuff like that.
I want to do
That'll be fun.
that too.
would
I
give
want to
me-
red pin those. You know how like EBS used to do? Like you put your camera on it, let's red pin them and not nitpick. Especially because some of the comic book reviews that I've seen, they don't look at the story really, right? They just go, oh, the story's bad, and then they move on and they nitpick the art, but they don't see all kinds. Like Goodying's a perfect example, right? There was so much bad art in that book that was
Mhm.
just skipped over for the joke,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
I
it was
didn't
it was.
get a chance to read through Gooding, and I never will. Looks like trash.
I mean, I'm gonna
Um,
pirate it. Ooh.
Well,
I'm my pirate horseman.
I will say that the pirate site, because that's the other, so I do read comics, just not legally. But
Whoa, big badass over
yeah,
there.
big.
dude.
I'm
Soaking my panties.
the Ripaverse part of that pirate website does not have Goodying on it. Like it has ISOM
A
1 and
little
2.
redheaded
It has
stepchild.
Yaira. It has Alpha Core. Does not have Goodying.
I want to
It
red
is like
pin Cyberfrog's
one.
story because I've
No
read
one wants.
Cyberfrog, and
Here's boring.
sorry EVS, middling.
Anyway, that being said, I do have a copy of Goodying,
Do you?
not a physical one.
Well, then you don't have to have the physical one for us to
Is it an
to do
emotional
this.
one?
But I do have a copy of Goodying.
You want to?
It was given. It was given to
do
me.
that one week.
Given to me by someone.
That'd be
Well, I
fun.
don't like to. I don't like to detract another person's
just
art.
We're
be an
not
honest review, man.
detracting. We're going to
Mhm.
critique.
Yeah, dude.
I want to
Um,
legitly critique the art, not nitpick for the lulls. If we lull, right? If we LOL while we're doing it, well, that's just good. But there is so much shit that was missed
Yeah, we can.
from all
we
the
can.
reviews I've seen.
We'll look into it. I want to. I was gonna start saying this, but I was like, I want to do more videos again on the channel that aren't just clips from the streams. I want to do like a show. I was talking to the guys about like where I just kind of show the random shit I have collected, because not like I have my comic books, they're random, and it's funny. I see our good friend TJ retweets like comic book art tweets and stuff, and there's
Yeah.
I saw 2 just like within the past 2 days that are comics that I actually have. One of them was Phantom Stranger, and one of them was the Justice League comic that I showed off Snowman the other stream. That was like one of the
Nice.
old ones I have. It was that exact one. It's like I got that one. But then one of them was a random Phantom Stranger that was actually drawn by Mike Mignola, and the Hellboy guy. And so I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like, I have that one. But yeah, so yeah, I will. I want to do something like that. Like I have board games from like I have like an X-Men board games that's like, you know, it has all the pieces and all that, and so I'm kind of going over that. And I don't know if I want to just be like how I got it, or if like the history of the actual item. Like, hey, I looked up the history. Here's the kind of breakdown, something like that. Like I don't know what I want full extent for it to be, but a show like that, just a series of videos like that would be pretty fun because it's stuff that I like. I have them. Most of them are sitting out. Some of them are put away. It'd be nice to at least show them. Like I've done it on Jesker streams. I went on there once and literally just showed like all this random stuff and took over his stream basically because he just left me full screen the whole time. And I'm like, hey, here's this book I have. I showed off just a few streams ago. I showed off my Superman book from the 70s, my Marvel comic cookbook from the 70s, the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way copy from the 80s that I have, the second printing of that. I have those, I have a Spider-Man puzzle from like 1972 or something like that. Like it's got like vintage art on it. It's got it's like a 500 piece puzzle. It still has every single piece. Like,
Wiz is going to be one of those bastards that has something that's super rare and in like 20 years become a quadrillionaire.
I wish that I had something cool.
Something,
like that.
something.
Like,
I've just got that gut feeling, man.
Could happen.
Like I'm looking at some of this. Like the Superman book is a family thing. It was my dad, so I can't sell that.
Like Wiz has probably got some like meme crypto somewhere that's going to be worth $1 quadrillion or some piece of
some crypto zillionaire.
Yeah, some crypto zillionaire or something.
That would be great to just have something that's just like, oh, this is just whatever. Like a lot of the stuffs I got at like my thrift store and like garage sales and
yeah, that's the best place, man. It's good shit. Take it off those old folks' hands. They're dying anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they don't know the
Plus,
they don't know the word.
y'all have the same mindset, so it makes sense.
Well, I'm gonna take that as my old soul mindset, not anything.
Yeah. But that's exactly what I meant. What else did you think I meant?
More of like a you mindset.
Oh
no,
I see what you're trying to work towards. Hack.
Well, Grumpy, I don't want to like go super crazy with the pirating. It's mainly just the
I'm gonna pirate everything.
Like I'm one of those pirates.
I'm gonna pirate this stream later.
Well, I mean, like it'll just be available to watch whenever you want.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go to some torrent site that has like YouTube streams, find this one, and illegally download it.
Anyway, so yeah, the down, digital piracy, Anyway, so
yeah, I'm down with digital piracy.
Yeah. No. So anyway, like I'm one of those pirates that's like, I'm going to read this book because I can't buy it yet, or don't really feel like I want to.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Invest in pirating, but when I love it, I'm going to buy it. Right?
I'm going to purchase it. Exactly.
Like I'm pirating Immortal Thor. I'll admit it. Whatever. Disney can sue me.
I don't believe.
I've given them enough money.
Coward and hack talk.
However,
opinion.
I really, really am excited to buying like an omnibus or some collection of Immortal Thor and having the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I get it 100%. That's what I do with media that I'm unsure of, especially nowadays, because you never know. And so I will pirate it, but then if I love it, I'll try to go directly to the source and buy it.
Yeah, like I could get the Marvel Unlimited and pay for that, but I'm already paying for so many subscription things and like the StreamYard thing and and I got my own book.
And your stripper money only goes so far.
I have to walk to the bank to deposit the cash in. It's a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. They don't like taking all those singles.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I'm one of those pirates that are just like, yeah, I'll buy it eventually, but it's just, and like, especially with Immortal Thor, there was like one issue recently where it was like nothing kind of happened. It was just like a bridge issue, and I'm like, well, if I would have paid like a bunch of money for that, I would have been like, oh, I would have, I'd rather just wait and get it all together. So
yeah, I just collect the graphic novels mostly.
I'm gonna
collect floppies.
I'm gonna dip out. I'm not gonna say where I'm going.
You coward.
Out of respect.
I mean, you can. We'll. I mean, I'll probably hop over in the chat here in a little bit because we don't really have anything. I can read some of our questions. I can read some of our questions here that were at the top of the chat. If you're still watching, the top of the chat, you can hit you can leave, Cynic. It's okay.
All right, brother. We'll see you guys. Thanks, chat.
Bye. Bye,
Later,
Cynic.
brother.
Anyway, so top of the chat is the question part. I gave it to Music Master because he is. I strangely feel like he would ask a lot of questions. I don't know why. I feel that about him, but
Yeah,
you
he's
can
not
just
like
click.
Jane Ong or anything.
Yeah, he's not like
There's
Jan
no way.
on, but but anyway, so click that and you can type in the questions. We have a few here. Grumpy asked, "What is your favorite movie soundtrack?" So if we're thinking it in the sense of like original music, I've talked about that I love the Batman Mask of the Phantasm soundtrack because I'm a sucker for like choirs and like big orchestral like
Yeah, that's a good one.
things.
I was gonna say maybe even The Dark Knight
Yeah, that's the
and even Batman's theme is fire.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Black Pearl.
Mm.
That's good. The Hans Zimmer stuff.
Man, I was just thinking about this the other fucking day.
I don't know if I could go for like licensed music. I don't know of any.
That counts.
But like I can't think of any that would be like.
Honestly, Wild Wild West has a banger soundtrack. It's got like Will Smith, fucking Eminem, Dr. Dre. I think Exhibit's on there.
So
The soundtrack's crazy.
Music Master asks, "Can Aquaman talk to otters? Can he talk to any animal in the sea or just fish?" So my understanding is, at least as far as the New 52 goes, and like after that, was the idea of the blue and the red, right? And the green. So like you're green from Swamp Thing, right? Snowman, the idea of the green, the plant life all connected on Earth. Then the red is the animal life all connected on Earth. But Aquaman has access to the blue, which is all the ocean life on Earth. But I think the red also encompasses that because like
The
Vixen,
purple.
like Vixen has the ability to harness the red to get her animal powers. Like Beast Boy is the same thing. So it's like, what's the red and what's the blue? I don't know. But as far as Aquaman is concerned, I think he can only talk to actual aquatic fish and not otters, because otters just kind of hold their breath and stuff like that.
But can he talk to dolphins then?
Yes, he can talk to dolphins.
But they're mammals.
Yeah, but they're aquatic, right? Like, because like otters just float and they can swim, but like on the same vein, a human is closer to an otter than an otter is a dolphin, right?
I'm gonna
kind of getting
Jamie, can you fact check that?
Kind of getting what I'm picking up there. So anyway, that's just my opinion. Stimulated Cynic asked, "Why is Snowman a himbo and I'm a Jimbo?" I don't know. That one's new to me. Maybe that's a Southern thing. So I have already explained to Snowman why he's a himbo. I think he's come around to that truth now, which is okay, which is good.
I will never agree. Danny Slender against my name.
Sometimes in DMs, you'll just be asked a question. I'm like, and it's just like earlier, I was like, ask a question. I'm like, did you not pay attention?
It's just because I'm so cool that I just don't even care.
Yeah, you don't even look. It's fine. You're just too busy, laying pipe and
I'm
having
so
sex.
blasé with it.
Music Master asked, "What happened to the lady who was the Mask of the Phantasm?" It's just the Phantasm, Music Master. I saw her once in Batman Beyond, and that's it. So if you see the movie, yeah, Andrea Beaumont, yeah. So and that's the other thing, Music Master. She's not in Batman Beyond. She's in Justice League Unlimited. That Justice League Unlimited epilogue takes place in the Beyond timeline,
and she's not even as the Phantasm, right?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, it's about how Waller tried to arrange Terry's parents to be killed, and they were like, well, I hired this person to do it, and it's the Phantasm suit, and then it's like, but she couldn't do it, and then it's like, then it cuts back to her yelling at Waller, and she takes the mask off, and she's like an old woman.
Damn.
Which
I've been watching through Batman Beyond a little bit. I need to finish it.
She has like I said, it's in Justice League Unlimited, so
oh yeah, that's right. Fuck.
It's epilogue, which should have been the finale of the whole show, because it ends with Terry basically becoming like Batman fully, like completing the
Mhm.
arc, but not
I
letting
actually
like,
have that DVD collection. It's
not
in
letting
one
like
case.
not letting the darkness like define him or whatever. But then
Yep.
he flies past the building, and it mirrors the opening of On Leather Wings from Batman the Animated Series, which was the very first episode.
Mhm.
So it's like it was meant to be the last episode of the DCAU, and it ends the same way the first one begins. So
Yeah.
it's like, as Jesker would say, as like George Lucas said, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah.
Grumpy just says PS2 remains awesome. That is not a question, but thank you. And
Facts.
Preston asks, Wizard, why are you so old? Again, Preston, I'm only probably a little bit older, year and a few months. I don't know.
That's crazy, dude. You're falling apart.
One thing I can hopefully do without leaking DMs is Ruby
you can
wanted
show
me
my
to,
art.
Ruby wanted me to show off his art.
Oh, hell yeah.
So let me see if I can. Yeah, this will work. Let me grab all these here.
Pull this up on the big screen here.
Yeah, you should also be able to like present, and it'll like appear if you want to show your stuff off too. Okay, so Grumpy did say soundtrack, not score. So that is licensed music then, right?
Yeah.
So, not sure. I don't think about. I think a score is like that's like what they compose.
Yeah, the score would be like a track.
Yeah, so soundtrack is like the licensed music they put in. The score is what they compose.
I'll have to look at that later.
Anyway, yeah. So I don't know what soundtrack as far as like licensed music is concerned. I guess well, if it counts, the Fallout TV show, I love all this because I love Fallout songs. So I love all the songs.
That game, the Fallout 4 has a banger soundtrack itself.
Yeah, so a lot of them appear. There's a lot of new ones appear in the TV show, but then a lot of the 4 ones and 76 ones appear on the show. Anyway, so Ruby King, if you're still here, we're going to show off your art. Here is the first one that he sent. It's right up your alley, Snowman. Batman. And I don't know.
Nice. It's fucking lagging on my fucking screen.
Oh, okay. I'll just leave it. Okay, score is the background of ambient. Oh yeah, Batman Ambient soundtrack is licensed tracks. Okay, so Batman 89 also has a good score, but you asked for
Batman 89 is a good one. He looked that Ruby King looks like Batman 89 too.
Yeah, a little with the bat logo is a little like different, I will say.
But the face.
The face is good. You know what I'm saying? But with the logo, you gotta put some jagged at the bottom there. It's hard. A good Batman logo is kind of hard to do. And then he had this one.
Yeah, it is tough.
This one's kind of reminded me of you. In a good way.
Just how I look, how jacked and handsome and like stoic.
No, I mean like your art, like the way you draw stuff.
Nah, I'm sharp as hell.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm saying just more as like I'm seeing like an arm here, and then there's a hand there, and then there's a
Oh yeah.
I'm saying, like,
when I'm sketching, it's very like that for sure.
Like I'm just saying that it's just more like it. This like you could say this was you, and I'd believe you. Yeah, this one here.
She got some nice hooters.
Yeah, the
Are you working on a comic too, Ruby King? If you're still here, nice. That's a good face.
I'm pretty sure
good shading too.
he is working on something now. But I'm not sure. Well, I mean, we know he's working on something now, but yeah, like,
that one I think flew over my head too in the chat.
Yes, he is. He said he is here.
That's nice hair too.
Yeah, that kind of the one from just before.
Okay, yep, that's nice hair too, though.
That one's good with the chin with the angle there. I couldn't do something like this. I
That's a
can't do
tough
that shit.
angle. I
Fucks
did
me
my
up.
one comic cover has his head tilted back like that.
Like I can only draw like straight on, right? I'm still trying to figure out how to do.
Yeah, depth and angles is tough, man.
Yeah.
Gesture drawing really helps with that, and just drawing like everyday objects and
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, Ruby, for showing the art.
yeah, dude,
Um,
nice. You're good with fucking hair.
Yeah.
Hair's
So-
tough.
Hair is stuff. Like I go really lazy with hair stuff. I just kind of just like
I try
Um,
with hair.
I am
I can
excited
draw
to
like a hairy beast, but I can't draw like hairstyles like that at all.
yeah, like I try to go for like what the 60s would kind of do, which was very simple, very just shapes and stuff, but man,
Mhm.
like
I'm trying to do that with hands.
yeah. Yeah, hands are still proven to be a problem. What really
And
helps
feet.
good with hands doing the digital thing is zooming in and just kind of doing like a basic like outline for like each finger and all that and kind of then drawing over it. It helps a lot, but yeah, I'm excited to get to draw in this book, but it's going to be rough. And I retweeted it.
Yeah, bro.
And
I'm
I
not even
shared it
close
to
ready.
I shared it to the group chat, right? And it was that tweet that was just like, doesn't have to be good. You just have to get it done and you can make it good later, right? Like once you kind of have it all there is when you can hone it. But if you're trying to just really hard make it perfect right out the gate, you're going to get frustrated with yourself, right? And it's just
That's what I'm
no,
trying
like,
to do.
that's what I'm going to mentality I'm going to go through with the book is it's like, well, I got to just make it good and then get it all laid out and then when we're really ready to hammer it in, like I said, if it takes me a whole day on one panel, right? Then that's what it's going to take, And I can just zoom in, look at it and be like, all right, we're going to hone this until it's immaculate, right? And not have to worry about getting a whole page done of immaculate because I'm putting this out. I want people to buy it. I want it to be a best reflection of
Right,
myself
so-
and my work. And,
It should be your best work.
and like I said, if you try your hardest to do your best work as fast as possible, right? That's what's gonna fuck you up. And that's been my thing forever. I've always struggled with that for like school, with anything. And
I was just always a procrastinator.
yeah, there's that too. But then when it's like when you time to actually rush it is when you're just like,
Yeah, it's rough.
oh, I forgot I did have this. We can cover this and then we can end the stream. But the Ultimate Universe, we've talked about it before. That they've kind of
Ultimate Spider-Man is pretty cool. I wanted to
Ultimate
check out the new one.
Ultimate Spider-Man people have been rocking. People have been liking that, especially fans of like MJ and Peter having an actual relationship. But they have the trailer here for Ultimate Wolverine. Have you seen anything about Ultimate Wolverine?
No, I'm a little. I don't know if I'm oversaturated on Wolverine because I do love Wolverine, but oh, maybe I did see this.
Like, because he in this universe, he's not like an X-Man or anything. He is actually the Winter Soldier in the Ultimate
Nah,
Universe.
Grumpy, you're way better at shading than I am, dude.
Yeah, the best there is at what he's the best there is at what he does.
That's cool art.
Because they made him that way. I like motion comic stuff. Like I wouldn't watch a whole thing of it, but it's fun to sell me on it. The Winter Soldier. Yeah, so you can see he's got like the red star on his chest, but it's also an X, but it's not,
Mm-hmm.
And the full face mask is cool too for a war.
So it's like Superman Red Sun.
Well, sort of. It's like the idea is that with the Ultimate Universe, right? Like everything's different, and they were trying then they have like here's Ultimate Mystique, and then Ultimate Nightcrawler. It's like a preacher. But
Omega Red's got to be in there.
I think it's Omega Red, Colossus, Ileana. They showed him where there's like a strike team or whatever. But yeah, so Ultimate Wolverine.
Oh, that face mask is whack.
I like it. I like the face mask.
Part of his character is a snarling wild animal.
Yeah, but
you gotta see
but now
his face.
he's still like Weapon X though, so he's just like the.
It looks cool, but it looks more like a Mortal Kombat ninja with that mask.
I mean, we'll have to see what he might break it and be like, Wolverine, whatever, right? Like, but Winter Soldier has that mask in the movie, right? So I think that's just the marker.
Yep. He looks
just
cool,
like I'm the Winter Soldier. Yeah, that mask was great in that.
He looked great.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, Snowman, for once again showing up. Thank you.
Oh yeah, man.
Jessica. Sorry, Jessica could not be here. You missed out, Jessica.
Coward.
He got his Star Wars news in last week, so that's good. He's probably it's close to Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so probably not around, but that's okay.
No excuses.
But then Cynic showed up. He stuck around for as long as he possibly could, and then went back to volunteering.
Yes, we need more of the trio.
We still haven't gotten the true Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that'd be great if we could do that more often. Us four.
But thank you everyone who showed up in the chat. Grumpy.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell all y'all, man.
Preston is right here. Music Master, of course. Jay Sonic, Swan, who we enjoy.
Swan, the Queen
Chris
Angel.
Bacon, who is just waiting for me to get monetized, hopefully, so he can.
Oh, what's up, Bacon?
My sketchbook showed up for a little bit. Yeah, thank you all for coming. Slowly. If you're still watching and have not subscribed, please subscribe. Again, Music Master says Aquaman should summon honors. Follow Snowman on Twitter. It's in the chat. It was up there a little bit ago.
It's very sub-mid art.
Yeah, well, we love Snowman's art. I wish he would go to digital so you could have some crisp images with some nice inks. Or
I'm not even getting started yet, dude.
I've drawn your guys. I've more or less inked your stuff.
It's fun.
That was it's fun. Ruby, you do not suck at drawing. I suck at drawing. Like,
nah.
Yeah, none of us
I can't
suck
do
at
hair
drawing.
like that.
No. So, like I said, I hope to
I
work on the
fucking suck,
pirate
too.
comic more, and hope to draw after the holiday. Don't run to digital too quickly. I'm already on digital, Grumpy.
Yeah,
It's
he's
too
a
late.
coward, Grumpy. Call him a coward. He's a
Too
coward.
late, Grumpy. I've already taken that.
He's
I've
a
already taken the
cyborg
digital
now.
pill. Like we were talking. Me and Snowman were talking about lines that go hard, that are fire.
Yeah, speaking of read my damn shit, I said it is a fuckload though.
I do. You remind me. I will, because I was working at the time, so I couldn't read it. But I will remember to do that. So I did read part of it, and it was pretty cool. But let me get the full quote. From the what I want to quote. It'll be, well, actually, I'll just pull up the video. We'll do it live.
Oh no, I want to hear you say it. Get me all
well,
bricked up.
It'll be a cool thing to read, but the video is pretty funny too. Yeah, this is a Warhammer thing. But I don't know Warhammer, but I know it is enough of a meme. And we'll play this, and then we'll go for sure.
From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as if it will not decay and fail you. One day the crude biomass grass that you call the temple will wither, and you will beg my kind to save you. But I am already saved,
Sell him, Android.
for the machine is immortal. Even in death, I serve the omniscient.
Yeah, Ruby, just keep practicing, bro.
So yeah, so like I said, the digital drawing, like the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the
man.
strength and the certainty of steel.
I respect the art form so much that I gotta do it how I just feel how it should be done.
Yeah, I wanted so that's like Grumpy and Music Master are going back to the Aquaman cannot summon otters. Otters are just like otters are just a thing that like Aquaman summoned beavers. No, he can't. It's just a mammal.
What about gators though? That's a good one.
He can't summon gators. Like, it's not how it works.
If he can't summon gators, he can't summon dolphins.
If you wouldn't learn about it in a book on ocean life, he can't summon it. Right?
There's got to be one crocodile chilling out there in the ocean. I believe it, deep in my heart.
I don't think crocodiles can live in the ocean. I think the water is different. Aquaman
Idiots.
is not useless. Aquaman can literally summon. He doesn't even he doesn't even like command them. He like talks to them. You know.
Right, he can't even command them.
No, that's the thing. Like, he can't.
Octopus.
Aquaman can command fish. He just is so respected. They just listen to him. Ruby says saltwater crocs can live in the ocean. Yeah, but like I said, that's still not like, you know, like, and I get like a dolphin and whale is a mammal, right? But it's still like ocean. It's an ocean creature. You know,
that would be cool if anything that's in the ocean. He could
like it'd be like if Aquaman could summon a polar bear, like
yeah, that'd be fucking sick.
Or a penguin. Like he can't summon penguins. He cannot summon otters and penguins.
They fucking should. That would make him cool.
If you put Aquaman against Killer Croc, can he control his mind? No.
That'd be ham.
But Ruby Grumpy says, I understand though. Get your level up. Well. I've explained it, and you weren't here, Grumpy, but I've had this drawing tablet for a long time. I bought it at a thrift store for like $3, but I never could draw with it. It was always like fucky with it. I'd rather use my pencil and paper. But then I just started like messing with it, right? And then I'm like, okay, I can do that. And then so anyway, I'm sitting at my desk right now to do this show, but otherwise I sit in my chair, which is next to me, and I have my computer plugged in the TV for when I do like anything else. So I was really lazy. I'm like, I don't want to get out of my comfortable chair and go over to my desk to draw and whatever and sit in my uncomfortable chair. And so the digital drawing is better because I can just sit in my chair, my lazy boy, and draw. And
you're taking the lazy weak way out.
So
coward.
Well, I mean, which one of us gonna get our book out first, though, man?
Yeah, but also mine is like fucking long, dude. It's like One Piece length.
Well, I mean, mine is apparently One Piece in a different way or something. I don't know.
That's in a good way, though.
You know, we'll see. We'll see what people say. But anyway, that is the end of Wow Wednesday, episode 9. Next week, after the holiday, is episode 10. Hopefully. We were able to grab. Preston says Snowman has a book ? Yes, Snowman has a rich lore that he will not show anyone.
Oh no, I'll show some.
He will not show it to anybody. He keeps it hoarded like a dragon.
Fucking in the shit. That's what I'm telling you to read.
You have to acquire every skill every way you can. I'm trying other things myself. Like I still have the option. I had bought. It was funny enough. I switched to digital after buying Bristol board because I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy some Bristol board so my pirate comet looks really good. And then I switched to digital. I'm like, oh, I got this Bristol board and I don't have any use for. So
yeah,
hopefully,
I agree with that 100%, Grumpy.
hopefully, if I get good enough with pencil and paper again, I can even do like drawings that I can mail to people and sell or whatever. So that'd be cool. But Snowman's lore is pretty awesome, says Grumpy. It is.
We can talk about it. There's just some shit I can't discuss.
You know, well, one day where I want to do a stream about all us creator types talking about our creative stuff.
I think Preston's book is going to be pretty nice, man. It's coming along pretty good.
Yeah, Preston shows me his art or his artist's
And
art.
Grumpy always fire. I always love Grumpy's art.
Yeah, Grumpy's name on it. So anyway, that is the end of the stream. I'm going to play the outro. Thank you for coming, Snowman.
Yep. Hell yeah. We could get rude.